Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, boys and girls, welcome back into this Wednesday edition of this In the Pain podcast. How are we doing on this Wednesday, this great Wednesday afternoon? Holy shit. We're back, and we're doing it. Chad Zumach!
We are back. We're in the bunker. We're doing it. We're having it. It's going down. It's going down, everybody.
Hell yeah, we got a great show lined up for today. It's a little different time and a different day for us to be streaming, but no need to fear. We're going to get through this together. Lots to go over today. Lots of cringe behavior taking place. Lots of what the fuck moments going on in this little universe we call the Hackverse. How's everyone doing? You guys look great in the chat today. See Dr. Chow in the chat. What's up, Dr. Chow? Dr. Chow and Little Mirror back at it again with that Billy John character. Now, for those of you who may not know who Billy John is, well, Billy John is Andy Dick's handler. And I could probably argue Andy Dick's... he's an extractor, this Billy John character. So they had him on again for the second time in under a week. We have a clip, not of Billy John, though. We have a clip of Little Mirror. And what I'm going to show you guys, I mean, it's questionable behavior. It's very questionable. And, hopefully Little Mirror's all right. And I'll just kind of leave it there. Welcome into the show. It is Wednesday afternoon, hump day, as they say. I think I'm going to try out this time spot. I'm not sure how much we're going to continue to do Wednesday afternoons. I was going to do a show last night, but my schedule has changed, and this might be the best time to fit in a show. So we'll see how it goes. We plan on going until about 4 o'clock. MLC today, a big MLC today, and they have Sir Ray DeVito on the show.
I felt like I just gave DiCaprio a lap dance.
Yes, sir. Ray DeVito back at it again, but only this time. And normally when we watch Ray DeVito on MLC, it's usually the same old story. Time in and time out again. Real quick, coming in, Brock Lee. Coming in for the $2, making it fucking rain on us today. We appreciate that. Brock Lee says, loving the afternoon show. Well, we'll see how it works. I don't know how much I'm going to be, or I don't know if we're going to keep this time slot, but we might stick around for it. Let me see. I just got an email that pertains to this Ray show, guys. Did you guys see Ray DeVito's show last night? Holy fucking shit. It started off with Ray DeVito and Stevie Lou. I mean, the entire show was filled with echo, like this. Stevie Lou would talk, and then it would just be echo. And people, you guys in the chat are putting in the chat, I'm in the... I don't know if I said anything. I usually don't chat. But you guys are on the chat like, look, Ray, like, you got to fix this echo. Stevie's, I mean, you could see, fucking steam pouring out of Stevie Lou's ears. Or it might have been the weed. I'm not sure. But either way, Stevie Lou was getting frustrated last night on that show, because Ray failed to change the echo. And like I put in the chat earlier, man, like, we tried to help Ray. We tried to help Ray out, bringing him on this show. Broccoli, we appreciate the $2. But we tried to help Ray and set him on a right path. Unfortunately, he did not want to take the help that was given to him, and that's all fine and good. But, I mean, you see what Ray is capable of left to his own devices. Now, for this show, I mean, it's a great thing. We get to watch Ray on a daily basis just kind of make a fucking buffoon out of himself. But it is getting to the point where it's, I don't know, it's just... something's not right with that dude. Something is not right with that dude. And we've known this all along, so it's not like it's something new. It's not like it's breaking fucking news that Ray DeVito is a little bit slow. But it's just like, holy fuck, man. He brings on Elise Edwards. I call her Cock Breath. Elise Cock Breath Edwards. He brings her on last night, and she has this little friend who could have been passed off as Stevie Lou's like stepbro, or real brother for that matter. And this dude, I mean, talk about a flamer. And that's no slight or disrespect. I mean, he would even tell you he was gay. So they do this show last night, and I'm so pissed I didn't. Usually, like, I screen record shows so I could bring it on this show, but Ray usually is good with doing a show, taking it down, or you don't even take it down. He leaves it unlisted for the world to consume. And then you just save that link, and then you could watch it back later if you'd like. But yesterday, I mean, that show was such a disaster, where he took it down completely, privated the video, and did not put it on to his Patreon, which I'm a paying subscriber of the Ray DeVito Patreon, Rock Bottom Podcast. And, just as a, consumer and a customer of Ray, I feel a bit robbed. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like, what do I pay for if I'm not going to get all the episodes? Good or bad. So it's just, Ray's living in Disasterville right now. It's quite the spectacle. Jeff Closer coming in says, Ray is beyond help. It truly is remarkable. Now, I was mentioning this MLC podcast today. Now, it is going to be a little bit of a change of pace with MLC today, which might be a good thing. I think MLC needs to do more things like this. And what I mean by that is they will be having on a therapist to analyze Ray. And, that'll be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited to see how that all kind of unfolds and transpires. But, yeah, Jeff Closer, you're absolutely right. Ray is beyond help. So I'm very bummed I don't have that clip. If anyone has the Ray DeVito show yesterday, please email it to us, get it to us, let us know. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. I had it all locked down. I have the link up. I have the link saved. I have his Patreon in here, just so you guys know that this is all legit. Here, we'll do a quick refresh on it. Maybe he uploaded it in the past 10 minutes. I doubt it, but we'll check it out together. Yeah, his last episode was Sunday night with the Quadfather. So, no new episode from last night, unfortunately. I'm very bummed. Ray, what the fuck is going on, dude? We all saw... See, that's the thing. I never understood why people take down their episodes. Like, if you're putting it behind a paywall, that's one thing. But it's like, we all saw what happened. You know what I mean? We all saw the train wreck live. I think Ray's just bugged out, somebody from the Comedy Cellar is going to stumble upon that video and then not book him. It's like, Ray, if anything, dude, they would embrace that sort of behavior. You know what I mean? They don't shy away from that sort of shit. People have, you think Joe Rogan, all his podcasts are perfect? It's everybody's going to have fuck-ups. Everybody is going to have fuck-ups. Some more than most, like Ray, but they just completely take it down. It's like, what are you hiding from? What are you hiding from, Ray? We all saw it. You know what I mean? It happened. We saw it live. So, I don't know. If that video gets posted, hopefully we get to play it today. I'm going to try to get out of here before 4 o'clock because I do want to watch some of that MLC with the therapist kind of, picking Ray's brain. But welcome into the show, guys. Like I said, you guys look great today in the chat. Happy Wednesday. Hump Day is upon us. Jeff Closer, we appreciate that. $4.99 coming in on the program today. Speaking about super chats and shows and cringe. Rainy G, before I get to that, says, Joe Rogan is very smart according to the Italian monster called Joey Diaz. Hey, listen here, cocksuckers. It's my buddy Rogan. It's like, would Joey Diaz be saying the same, would be singing Joe Rogan's praises if Joe Rogan didn't bless him with, I would venture to guess, north of, Joe Rogan single-handedly made Joey Diaz's career. So I'm just curious to, know, most of these people without Rogan wouldn't be where they are today. So would they be singing the same praises or would they be calling Joe Rogan a hack or not funny? Or would they be even hanging out with him? I don't know. It's fun to speculate on. Speaking about people who kind of got close to Rogan, we have this Tom Segura. And I don't want to stray too far away from the beaten path because we have a lot to hit today, but we have this Tom Segura thing. He's up to a new scam. This guy, Tom Segura, he has a little bit of fame, and now everything he does, everything he touches has to be selling. He has to be selling you something, selling you a product, selling you an ad for fucking Blue Chew and hard rhinos and all this other crazy shit. What I'm going to show you guys today is one of the latest Tom Segura scam products that he has. Pretty remarkable shit. And, you know, the idea is there. I will say that. Because it's not all that bad, but the price point on it, fucking unreal. Fucking unreal. So we have that coming up. But I was mentioning cringe and just insane coping and just flailing, seething. Obviously, the Steel Toe Morning Show, Aaron Emholt.
Everybody else, go subscribe to Win by Two Radio. I like him. He's always fun in the chat. He's always a good dude. He busts balls once in a while, but in a fun way.
In the fun way. Of course it's in the fun way, Aaron. You soft son of a bitch. We have the Steel Toe Morning Show, and I just dropped my vape to start the show. That's always great. Let's try to kick this over. Here, we're going to do this real quick because you guys won't ever see me trying to go fish for my vapes. All right, so we have the Steel Toe Morning Show, worse than ever before. They are, I mean, when I say no man's land, they are truly in no man's land. Every day this week, they've been begging, crying, pleading to their audience, please, guys, please, hit our goal. Please hit our goal. They've had to sing that damn fucking, what do they do? The overtime segment for 30 minutes? The segment leading up to the overtime segment is the begging segment for 5 minutes. I mean, that is, like, we actually watch somebody have a begging segment for 5 minutes. A steady 5 minutes, because we all know the whole show, I mean, there's just minutes and hours of begging. All they do on that show is beg, but they actually dedicated a 5-minute segment to just begging alone, which is truly remarkable. I mean, when you really break it down, and we have in the past multiple times, but it's just funny when you watch it unfold in real time, which we have today. Steel Toe, not once, not twice, but 3 times has, I mean, they're not just begging either. And I gotta make one thing clear. They're not just begging. It'd be one thing to be like, yo, man, like, we need to keep the lights on around here, but we're going to continue to do the show, so you guys know the goal. Just do your thing. But they take it to a whole new fucking level. Aaron, like, is in live time contemplating whether or not the goal should even be there. And that's something we've been saying the whole time. It's like, dude, take away the goal. Just do a show. Whatever money you make, you make. If you don't make $330 and then 30% is taken out of that for YouTube and then taxed, I mean, after it's all said and done, we've done this math before, it's about $200. If you don't make that, then so what, dude? Then you got to get a job, bro. Like, you know, I don't know what it is. Like, you're afraid to go work, or your pride won't let you to actually get a job. But there's nothing wrong with getting a job and making an honest day's salary and living. You know, there's something actually quite rewarding to that. You know, everybody in the world doesn't just go to work because, you know, they hate it. Well, some hate it. You know, some hate their fucking jobs, but you know, then it's like, it's not the job, it's you. It's like you chose to work as a janitor. And janitors might be great jobs. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. But it's like, you got to get a job, man. You got to get a job. You could do 2 shows a day. You could do 3 shows a day. You could do 20 shows a day. You could do marathon shows. But you will always be in the same spot. You will always be in the same spot. And I could just tell, man, I mean, the look on Aaron and April's face the last couple of days have been quite rewarding for me. So we're going to play that. We have a couple Steel Toe clips. XMM says, send April back to the factory.
I had kids to take care of this weekend. I was having fun.
She is having fun. Aaron's having fun, all while begging and looking like complete fucking idiots. So, yeah, I mean, it might look like that way, XMM. It might be that way coming up, I mean, soon. I mean, we speculated back all those months back. We got into Steel Toe back late January, early February, that they would be divorced within probably a year, 2 at most. And we would start to see it kind of unfold from there. We would start to see, you know, the unfoldings, the fighting on air. And we've seen the fights. That's like step 1. The little bickerings, the little jabs, you know. Because, again, April is there not as a brain. She's not there as a mind. She's not there as a personality. She's there for somebody, for Aaron just to talk to talk at. She's not good at any of this. So it's going to start with the fighting on air. It's going to slowly lead to the fighting off air. It's going to, then lead to them not hitting their goals is where we're at now. It's like the 5 steps before divorce. The 4th step, April and Aaron are out. They never spend any time with one another anymore. And then finally, the 5th step would ultimately be the big D word that no one likes to say, and that word is divorce. So we have those clips coming up. I'm very excited. We have the main segment today is going to be Chad motherfucking Zumach.
That's a fucking fact.
And Tony Mazer. Clowncast, as I like to call it. These guys, they actually, Tony Mazer and Chad Zumach, believe it or not, actually make Aaron Emholt and April Emholt, the steel toe conglomerate, as we like to call them. They actually make April and Aaron look, like fucking radio connoisseurs. It really is something else. You turn on a Mondays with Mazer show, and it's not a show. We've said this before, but it's not a show. It's the farthest thing from a show. It's barely even a stream. It's 2 guys, and that's what we're watching really throughout this whole landscape of dog shit programming, is just people turning on what they call expensive equipment, but in reality, it's like a $17 USB web camera and some bullshit ass Apple earbuds. Turn on a Joey C stream. All these guys have is Apple earpods, and they actually think that's okay. They actually think that's passable. It's like, motherfucker, just buy a microphone. I don't know why people resist actually buying good shit. It is unreal. It makes things even more unwatchable than they already are. At least if you had decent shit, people would tune in and be like, all right, well, maybe you're not good behind a mic, but you could get there eventually. But I've always said this about, even Steel Toe, related to Steel Toe, is when I tune into a Steel Toe morning show, my first impression is their layout on camera, because that's what you see. And it just looks tacky. It looks very tacky. It looks like they don't care about their product. So if they don't care about their product, why should I? Why should I get invested if you don't even give a fuck about your own, creation? Why should I? There's millions, billions of things that I could be doing, watching. But I tune on, or I tune in, not me specifically, but the average viewer tunes in to a Steel Toe or to a Mondays with Mazer, and they just, you might as well have a sign behind you that just says mediocrity at best. Because that's, really all it is. So we get to this Chad and Tony Mazer podcast, and their equipment, fucks up once again, which is glorious for us. But it's just if it happened the first time, I could see if it happened 2 times. That's fine. Equipment malfunctions, they do happen. But this is the 5th week in a row that your equipment is now failing. It's buy better shit. Buy better shit. So, and then Chad goes on this whole rant about how, he's got this new grand studio in the works. It's just over, behind him in his spare bedroom. So I posted on there, and I didn't even know you could do this, but I posted a chat yesterday in Chad's fucking little stream on his, Kumia's Cucks, which, has lost all steam, any steam. Chad has lost it completely. Chad has lost it completely. But I make this little chat in Chad's Kumia's Cucks, and it was the member chat. You've been a member for 4 months, so you could post a free glowing little chat there. So I did, and I go, Chad, just face it, dude. Just admit it. The studio is never coming. It never was. You're a dud. And he freaked out. He blew a gasket. We have that coming up. We have this Mondays with Tony coming up, which I'm very excited to get to. All very bad shit, guys. It's all very, very bad stuff. We're watching, just trash. Just everywhere you look is just trash. The Shuley Network, trash. I mean, every single show that they fucking put out and produce is just dog shit. And I'm not jaded. I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like, oh, everything sucks. But it's just what it is. Objectively speaking, if you're a casual viewer, list me 3 things about the Shuley Network that's good, and I'll wait. I mean, seriously. I mean, they're still doing Stuttering John stuff every day. The last I've seen, for the last 4 or 5 days now, they've done the same podcast. They've been covering the same podcast for 5 days. People say I drag out clips. Imagine me if I had the same clip and I came on every day and just covered the same clip. It's like, just get to it. Make cliff notes. And get to the best parts. It's a 2-hour show, 3-hour tops. I know which one he was covering, too. It was the Stuttering John got completely fucking obliterated, and he ate an edible and was drinking, so he was completely fucked up. And some of it was cringeworthy and worth the coverage. But for 5 days, I mean, talk about milking a fucking cow. Embarrassing. You guys, I mean, seriously, the Shuley Network should be embarrassed. Embarrassed. And I wouldn't doubt it if they came on today and made it 6 days in a row, a part 6. Quite remarkable shit, guys. But I'll wait. The Shuley Network, Chad, Ray DeVito, Steel Toe. I mean, all of it is just garbage. MLC, I flip back and forth with MLC. I do think Kevin is funny in a lot of ways. He's trying to do new things, which, you can't knock him for. You can't turn on a camera every day and just fucking shit on Shuley and Chad. It does get old. So I do respect Kevin in that regard. Have I pointed out his lack of wanting to upgrade a studio or get a studio? Sure. But in many ways, like I said, I think Kevin is best with a Burger King headset. I think that's his shtick, But I don't know. There's nothing really good anymore. Steel Toe especially is garbage. I mean, it's the worst. It's the worst show. And I was like half tempted to put a chat in there today, a super chat, because he wouldn't read regular chats. I was half tempted to put a chat in there today, stating because you watch them beg, and it's one thing to let your audience know, hey, we have this, we need to make ends meet here, help us support, here are the links, and then boom, do a show. But I mean, the way they guilt their audience, man, I mean, that should be a fucking crime. That should be against terms of service. You should never guilt your audience for not hitting your goal. It's your goal. So, all right, let's say your goal is $330 a day and you make $150 on YouTube. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You might have to go out and rake leaves, cut grass, something. Because you're right, Aaron, this isn't going to last. And it's crumbling right before our eyes. And we're here for it. This is why we've covered Steel Toe. We want to watch them just spiral the fuck out of control. But for all that being said, it is truly amazing how some of their audience members, I mean, they're still under this spell. They still feel so obligated to meet their goal. I mean, it's remarkable. I mean, people must not give a fuck about money. People might, most people in that chat might be fucking rich, the way they throw around money and meet Aaron's goal. I mean, it's truly insane. Truly insane. So we have that coming up. Ugly Toe needs a divorce. Yes. And that's what we're here for. We're here to watch that divorce. If they get a divorce, I'll fly to Minnesota and do a live stream from inside the courthouse as they're signing the fucking papers. That's the day. That's the day. Steel Toe is on its last legs. Clock is ticking. And that's coming from Citizen M. That's coming from Citizen M. So, I mean, that should tell you everything right there. So I'm trying to get my fucking vape, dude. This is insane. Sorry about this. Give me 1 second. I saw Citizen M. Check out Citizen M's YouTube channel. Makes really fucking great clips. And he adds his own spin to it. I mean, check it out. If one of our mods or anyone in here who could post the links, definitely post that. But yeah, even Citizen M is on him now about this fucking begging. And how they're just, I mean, completely fucking cringe. Steel Toe is greater than Shuli, Bon Levy says. That's hard. That's hard. That's like asking me to choose between like a bag of shit and a shit sandwich. It's like they're both shitty. You know, they're both shitty equally so. It's like, can I just, kill myself? Can I drunk on cringe myself? Is that an option? I mean, holy fuck. Imagine if those were the two shows left on YouTube, Steel Toe and Shuli. I mean, you would delete the app. So, I mean, like I said, this whole begging thing, it should be against terms of service to just, it's embarrassing. You're a reflection of YouTube. You think YouTube wants, like, homeless level behavior on their platform? You think they find that okay? And I've equated this Steel Toe before to, homeless people begging on the streets. It's no different. It's no different. We're going to watch a lot of that today unfold. Yeah, we have a lot to get to. Ray DeVito groping. We have a couple of WATP live stuff. It's very small stuff at the top of the show that I want to get into today. Carl taking a picture. Oh, this Clay Dabbler I want to play at the top of the show. I didn't know this guy was an actual thing. I've always heard the name Clay Dabbler, and I just thought that was his name, Clay. Clay Aiken, Chase Claypool. Speaking about football, how about Nick fucking Chubb, huh? Yep, Nick fucking Chubb out for the year, possibly career-ending knee injury. I know, this is now Wednesday, so, everyone pretty much knows about it by now, but holy fuck, man, I took him in the second round, and there goes, I wouldn't say there goes my season, but it's just not good. It's not good for the Cleveland Browns. It's not good to be a Cleveland fan at all. It's like, haven't you guys learned your lesson for the past fucking 35, 40 years? Holy shit. So we have this Clay Dabbler. I just want to play because I thought it was fucking awesome. Like I said, I thought that was just his name, Clay. But he actually does clay molding and clay, like little graphics and all that fun shit. So I'm going to play that at the top of the show. It's, lots of molds of the Dabbleverse and Hackverse, if you will. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. And then we have this Tom Segura thing, like I mentioned. And like I said, we're going to try to get out of here before 4 o'clock, before MLC and the big therapist show on Ray DeVito. I'm going to check one more time to see if Ray did not upload this video. Somebody's got to let Ray know. I was almost going to tweet it, but I didn't. Oh, there it is. Let's fucking go. Is he watching the show? Hi, Ray. Hi, Ray's deleted videos. You fucking hack.
You fucking hack.
Let's go. Yo, my mood just got so much better. You guys have no idea. Like, I was very down and depressed because I was watching this last night, pulling out my hair, jaws on the floor, and I woke up today and I checked it before going live, and I'm like, no Ray DeVito video. No Ray DeVito video. That bums me the fuck out. That bums me the fuck out. But the good man upstairs, he delivers, and Ray DeVito uploaded the fucking video. What a trooper. And if you are listening, it's like got to be such a fucking weird situation. He's like, do I upload it or do I not upload it? If I upload it, it's only going to get made fun of and ridiculed. But if I don't upload it, I look like a complete fucking hack.
You fucking hack.
So I'm like stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do I do? But rest assured, I got a smile from ear to ear right now. This is great fucking news. I'm very excited to walk you guys through this. Holy shit. P.S. with Ari Jane's in the house saying, let's go. She hates Ray DeVito's guts now. It's awesome. We're here. We're back in the Paint podcast on a Wednesday afternoon. Not win by 2. Ray's episode. Jeff Closer says, "Oh man, this is worse. This is the worst show ever." But talking about Ray DeVito's episode, not mine, of course. All right, so let's start off with some small stuff. We're gonna get to this Ray stuff. Thank fucking God, hallelujah, that this has now been uploaded. What a fucking change of events here. All right, let's see here. Let's start off with this Tom Segura. So I was mentioning this, Tom Segura's latest scam. And, again, I don't want to beat off the beaten path here. But Tom Segura thinks he's like this entrepreneur, thinks he's like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, and he's this philanthropist, and he's a high roller. He's the next Joe Rogan, which is all fine and good. I mean, it's like, you know, go get your fucking money. Go get your fucking money. But what he's about to try to sell, and I thought this was a complete fucking joke. I thought this was no shot of it being real until I Googled it and I found out that it was actually a real thing. So we're going to check this out. We're going to watch the commercial first. It says, and this is from Tom Segura, I think an alt, or not an alt, but just a burner account, or a parody account rather. It's a parody account of Tom Segura. It says, introducing the recycling glory hole by At Liquid Death and me. Order yours today so you could be the first to host a party and have your guests take turns inserting their cans in my mouth. All right, so that's a pretty interesting description to start. So then we get this video. It's about 1.5 minutes. Let's go through this video first, and then we're going to show, well, I mean, we'll show you the product after and the price point of it. I mean, truly insane shit. Truly insane. All right, so let's check it out. Tom Segura and his new creation, Glory Hole.
The Tom Segura Recycling Glory Hole by Liquid Death. Because there is nothing more glorious than saving the planet. Hey everybody, I'm Tom Segura, and I am partnering with Liquid Death to launch my very own Glory Hole. That's right, just walk up.
I mean, and look at this. This is what Tom Segura has turned into. A salesman. And this is why a lot of people are, you know, shit on comics. It's because you stop being the thing that got you to the place that you're at today. You know, which is comedy and being funny. When's the last funny thing you've heard from Tom Segura? I watched his last special, I believe, on Netflix. I mean, it was horrible. There was like maybe 1 or 2 jokes that I found myself laughing at. Other than that, I mean, it was pretty brutal. I mean, to put it quite frank, and this is not a joke, hyperbole, nothing like that. Ray DeVito's Life Without Balcony special. Here's a plug for you, Ray. Ray DeVito's Life Without Balcony special was funnier than Tom Segura. I believe that's a hot take. I mean, that's just the truth. That is just the truth. I mean, because now we get shit like this from Tom. So let's keep watching this complete dumpster fire of a product that Tom is trying to now sell the public.
Up and slide your junk right in there.
Hey, yo, will it take my junk?
Unfortunately, no. Plastic isn't actually recyclable. 95% of it gets sent to landfills.
Hey, can I stick my big can in there?
Is it too big? My mouth hole takes tall boys of all sizes.
How much I gotta pay?
Just go to liquiddeath.com and make a one-time payment, and then you can use it again. And
so, okay, now, mind you, up to this point, I'm watching this video, and I'm like, there's no way that this thing's $58. Or first of all, there's no way that this thing is even real. This is all parody. This is all like an infomercial style, ha. And that would have been good. That would have been creative. That would have been genius. But no, I mean, I'm here to tell you it is actually a real thing. He's selling a recycling can of himself with his mouth opened. So when you put down, you know, bottles or cans or what have you, it's like you're, you know, shoving shit down his throat. I mean, how cucked can someone be? It's like, how desperate are you for the next fucking dollar? You know, what won't you do?
And again,
Keep
as
watching.
many times as you want.
And don't forget, Tom, women can use it too.
Good Lord, Becky, it's 2023. Everyone can recycle. My glory hole is perfect for all sorts of occasions. Pool parties, office parties, retirement parties, divorce. Whatever makes you happy and you want to celebrate, use my mouth. So what are you waiting for? Pull your cans out and stick them in my mouth hole whenever you want. We can all run train on plastic pollution together.
Get your Tom Segura Recycling Glory Hole by Liquid Death today. Available exclusively through this limited time internet offer. Order yours on liquiddeath.com/gloryhole right now.
So now at this point of the video, I'm like, there's no way that this is real, right? Like there's no shot. This is all completely made up, fabricated, just, something for the lulz, something for the laugh, something for the goof. But then you go to liquiddeath.com/Tom Segura products, and I'm here to tell you that this is actually a real thing. At $58, you can own a Tom Segura Recycling Glory Hole. Description, feel the glory of saving the planet. Order yours today so you can be the first to host a party and take turns sticking your cans in Tom's mouth. At 7.1 cubic feet, this glory hole is perfect for gatherings of any size. #death to plastic. Unfucking real that this is actually a real thing. $58 for a fucking trash can. This is where we're at today in the state of comedy. Comics putting on their salesman hat and selling you 58. After shipping and handling is done, you're looking at probably $72 for a fucking trash can. And that is why comics, mainstream comics, constantly get ridiculed, made fun of, because it's, they will stop at nothing to make that next fucking dollar. It truly is remarkable shit. Tom Segura's next business adventure, the glory hole for $58. Truly wild shit, guys. Truly wild shit. So I have a couple other small ones I'm going to play before I get into the Steel Toe Chad and Ray stuff. We'll kind of keep it breezing here. I want to get into this Clay Dabbler just because I thought this was kind of wholesome. Like I said, we don't really do too many wholesome sort of things here on this show. But when I see something that I like and I enjoy, I like to share it and bring it on the show and share it with you guys. So maybe you can go support the artist or what have you. And like I said, as it pertains to this universe, I happen to think that the chatters and clippers and most people contributing to these shows are more talented, smarter, and do better work than the actual hosts. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So let's check this out. This is from Clay Dabbler's Twitter. Just something small I wanted to bring onto the show. And this is his claymations of the Dabbleverse. Let's check it out. So I guess that's the shit paya, a.k.a. Shuli. Very, very good. Really good stuff. You got Tukey behind him. Cardiff, OJ in the back, Beetlejuice back here, what appears to be Stuttering John. Yeah, there's OJ and Cardiff, the shit paya.
Hey, nice backpack, dues paya. Dues paya.
Very funny. Very funny. Yeah. Fuck the dues paya. But just great work. OJ's back here. Cardiff, Beetlejuice, Tukey. Really good stuff from Clay Dabbler. So, yeah, that's Clay Dabbler. Check him out. I'm not sure if he's got like a Patreon or he does a YouTube channel or what, but check him out because that's some pretty good shit, man. Like I said, most of the people that are behind the scenes that chat into shows are more talented than these actual fucking quote-unquote show hosts. It's pretty embarrassing. Especially these guys, they come from Howard Stern. It's like they should know how to radio and know how to broadcast, and they don't. They watch Stuttering John clips all day long. Makes you want to beat your fucking head against the wall. we overcover a lot of things on this show, but at least like we try to have a revolving door. I mean, they could do an entire 6 episodes back to back to back to back to back to back on one person. That's the problem. So Clay Dabbler, check him out. That was via Twitter. Now I just want to keep it moving because we are pressed with time, and it's already 1:30 here on the East Coast, and we have 3 big videos to get to today. Let's read a couple chats here, though. Let's catch up with the chat. We need Aaron in April. Should be the Steel Toe Telethon movie Beetlejuice, says Rainy G. Someone's ovulating, says David Skywalker. All right. So I want to go to this Reddit clip here, again from Toucan Sambo. I mean, if it wasn't for Toucan Sambo, I think Reddit would single-handedly shut down. But this is from Toucan Sambo. Now, this was from WATP Live. And this is B Dabbler and OJ, after the fact, giving their thoughts and analysis and how cool it was that a certain something happened to them. Now, when I heard this, too, I was like, how could anybody want... Well, here, let's just let the clip speak for itself, and then we'll comment on it after. This is fucking Cardiff Electric and OJ. Check it out.
At Clo 2.0, thank you for the $5. You have a great channel here. Keep up the great work. Thank you. That is correct. You are right. Who's Nat Clo 2.0? That's a new one for me.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
You sound new. Welcome.
And again, much like Mir and Chow, these guys are using the free version of StreamYard. Yes. It's only about $20 to upgrade. Instead, they choose not to, getting all the basic features. But that's not why we're watching this clip. Just a quick observation. This is why we're watching the clip.
We like new viewers. So the meet and greet was great. It's fun signing autographs. It really is. Did you sign any autographs, OG? Did anyone?
It's fun signing autographs. Now, that's preposterous. Who would want an autograph from a potato and an orange? Well, there's crazies out there that would want this kind of shit. Let's listen.
Come up and say, "Are you OJ? I want your autograph."
I signed one autograph, and I took a few pictures with people.
That's a cool feeling when that happens, isn't it? It's like for this stupidity. And I only ask for you because you're it's hard to know who you are.
Right.
Because of, I mean, I'm going on here, I'm a coward just like everyone else, but when I go live, I kind of make it known who I am. So.
Right.
But no, it's really cool signing autographs, taking pictures of people. But again,
the problem isn't that they're signing autographs, although that could be a little bit of a problem in the future. The problem is the people wanting these autographs. I mean, how fucking lonely and pathetic must you be? You're out live at this WATP event, and you see Cardiff and OJ over here, and you want their autograph? They're fucking floating vegetables and fruits. Quite literally. You want their autograph? I mean, get fucking real, man. A picture, okay, I could see. A picture lasts a lifetime. An autograph from a potato. Just say that sentence out loud and you'll realize how stupid this all is.
The pre-show, the VIP, not so much. Like I said, I don't think people knew, kind of got who I was. Maybe they couldn't see it. They couldn't figure out.
Yeah, because you're wearing a mask in public. You know, not since like fucking Batman have I saw anyone wear masks in public. And then you go on your YouTube channel and this is what we get. So yeah, no one knows who you are.
So it was, I was starting to feel a little, fucking Tukey again. Tukey's destroyed me.
And then they kind of get derailed there. But yeah, I mean, it's just bizarre shit. People are at this WATP event. You got Carl, you got Ray DeVito, you got a bunch of other people over there, and you see a potato and an orange. You're like, oh, I got to get your fucking John Hancock. It's like, I'll pass. Holy fucking shit. The state of our people, I mean, is very questionable. And it's probably in ruin. I wouldn't be out on a limb by saying it's in ruin. Hit the like button, MGD says. Yes, hit the like button. Holy shit. So I wanted to breeze through that because we have about 2.5 hours and we got to get through Steel Toe, this Ray DeVito fucking chef's kiss of a fucking podcast last night. I have nothing time coded, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So I need to leave myself a little bit of time. But I know Dr. Chow's here, so I want to play this clip from last night. It's a quick clip with Dr. Chow, Billy John, Andy Dick's handler, and Little Mir. What is this fucking... Okay. So let's play this. This is Mir, Chow, and Billy John. And I just want... Look, Little Mir, if you're struggling with anything, if you're going through it, if you're finding a hard time in life, I mean, just reach out, man. Reach out. No one should have to, face internal struggles alone. Don't resort to, anything Drunk on Cringe would do. Don't resort to drugs. Talk about your problems. What do I mean by that? Well, Little Mir is going to give us a little insight about how much he likes downers. Drugs, downers. Xanax, opiates, barbiturates. Different drugs that take you down. That's not really the questionable clip in question. That is what I'm about to show you, is his almost salvation. Not salvation. Salvating. Little Mir was salvating over the sheer thought of a downer. Let's watch this. It's a quick one. Chow, Mir, Billy, John. Take it away.
The ground, subdue him and shit. He was that fucked up. He pissed and shit himself. It was pretty bad.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess that maybe he thought there was a portal in the wall or something.
That's what he thought. The walls opened up and he could run out into the yard, and they just collided into the wall. Just did a human imprint on the wall and everything, and collapsed back down.
And I think we're gonna start really looking into this guy Billy John here. I mean, what is your story, sir? What is your story? How did you get linked up with Andy Dick? Why do you put him in bad situations? I mean, he is Andy Dick's enabler. I mean, he is probably single-handedly taking so much money from Andy Dick. And Andy Dick wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. Andy Dick's drunk 99.9% of the time. So this guy's probably staying at Andy Dick's house for free, probably eating Andy Dick's food for free. This guy is a leech disguised as a streamer. Don't let him fool you. Why does Andy Dick need your help? He doesn't. That's the problem. He doesn't need your help or assistance. You somehow finagled your way into this situation, planted your fucking flag, and now you're here to stay, extracting every opportunity you have. Billy Extractor John. I don't know. Made sense in my head. Didn't really sound good out loud. Don't crucify me for it. Let's keep watching, though. Mir, Chow, and Billy John.
Started screaming. It was bad.
Dude, I got a pretty good ayahuasca story.
Oh, yeah. So Dr. Chow's going to tell us about his ayahuasca story. This is fucking awesome. Dr. Chow, and here's another one, like I mentioned. I mean, the StreamYard free version there. What's going on with that, guys? Aren't you guys supposed to be top G's? I mean, all these rollies on the wall, and we're rocking free StreamYard. I mean, the first thing I did when I started using StreamYard, I don't use StreamYard anymore. It's the worst fucking thing that a streamer could use. It is the worst. Mark my words. If you're thinking about streaming, find another website or provider other than StreamYard. It's the worst. But the first thing I did when I started to use StreamYard was purchase the, I believe, basic plan. It was like $25 a month. You know, you get the logo removed. You could put your own logo. You could have a background. You could have streams up to 1080p. You know, it saves some of your shows up to like 50 hours worth of, time it has to save. So a lot of perks. And plus, it doesn't look like, you still have the tag on it. This would be like buying, a new Rolex and that's a bad description because I guess you wouldn't take off the tag. It would be like buying a shirt and not taking off the tag. Or it's like those people who buy hats and they don't take off the fucking sticker. It's like, take the fucking sticker off. I mean, what kind of fucking fashion statement are you trying to make here? Just take it off. So surely, I mean, $25 a month at $12.50 a piece, you and Mir could split that, and you could have StreamYard taken care of, no problem. I don't know. Pretty wild shit. Dr. Chow says he's not taking money. He's making Andy money. I don't know. I don't know if Andy's making money, dude. I mean, do you see Billy? What does Billy do that's making Andy money? Every time I turn on a Billy John stream, now I want to call him Billy Jean. Every time I turn on a Billy John stream, he's out drinking. He's talking to homeless people. And you watch one of these, these little streams that he does, and he's not making super chat money. So where's the money coming from? Now, he might have you fooled, Dr. Chow, but I'm here to try to look beyond the veil. Because this guy, reeks of a shady character. Somebody who needs to be stopped dead in their tracks. Let's keep watching, though. Dr. Chow, I thought this was great, though. He's going to walk us through this ayahuasca trip. Imagine Dr. Chow. Imagine tripping with Dr. Chow. I think at that point, your head would actually explode. Let's keep watching.
Let's hear that shit.
So I was like in the Sacred Valley in Peru, like in the valley area, not in the jungle, in the mountains. And we took a bunch of ayahuasca. Maybe like it was like dusk, like right for us right now, it's like dusk in the Midwest. It was like this. And it was like 15, 20 minutes into the trip, maybe like a half hour in. I had to like step out of the...
So wait, Dr. Chow says, I make $100,000 a month. Well, it's like, could you spare $25 and put it to the StreamYard logo so we could remove that, please? Just words of advice. Words of, something that, if somebody were to tune in, they don't see StreamYard, powered by StreamYard. Unless you're sponsored by StreamYard, you shouldn't have StreamYard logo plastered on your live stream. It just looks, $100,000 a month. Surely you could spare the 25. Surely. If not, then there's an issue there. Then something isn't adding up. Imagine having dinner with these three. Yuck, says Yuchi. Yeah, holy fuck. Let's keep watching.
Ceremony room or whatever. And I looked around. I went outside and I saw, dude, literally like a matrix grid. All over everywhere. I wasn't like tripping hard because like this trip went crazy. I almost died basically, but like this is like early in it, So like I was like right when I went outside, I saw these like floating like.
And you could tell Billy. Oh my God, it's so hard to not call him Billy Jean. Billy John does not care. He's very disinterested, and he actually probably doesn't believe you in this situation. Look at his mannerisms. Watch his reaction when you explain this to him. He's like, he writes it off immediately.
Because like this trip went crazy. I almost died basically, but like this is like early in it,
Oh wow, right? Like that's. You say that when you don't believe somebody. You're just kind of yes-ending them. So Billy John here doesn't believe that you almost died during your ayahuasca trip. I don't know what happened that crazy night. But again, this isn't about you. This is just the setup to one little mirror.
So like I was like, right when I went outside, I saw these like floating like globular balls that would like kind of move with your head. Like they weren't like stationary. They were like active,
Yeah.
In the environment. And it was basically like a dot grid matrix of Earth. And I could see it all. And I was like, holy shit. And I went back inside and lost my mind later. And
lost my mind later.
Very hard.
Watch
but,
Little
dude,
Mirror.
when I did that, I was like, holy shit, dude. We might be living in a matrix, bro.
I got that tatted on me, man.
Yeah, and
the
this is
Matrix
like
grid tatted on
over
me.
10 years ago.
So Little Mirror has the Matrix grid tatted on him. Wow. That's pretty revealing stuff. Where's it tatted at, Little Mirror? Can we see that tattoo? Otherwise, it doesn't exist.
Go, bro.
Let's keep watching.
No, I mean, what is your guys' viewpoint on downers, though, honestly?
So out of nowhere, Little Mir pipes up and says, but seriously, what is your guys' viewpoint on downers? I mean, that's random as random gets. The conversation wasn't involving downers. It was revolving around psychedelics and matrix grids and outer body experiences and spiritual awakenings. And all of a sudden, downers get brought up into the conversation. Very interesting. Very telling. And this is why I said before we watched the clip, it's like, Little Mir, if you have, if you're going through some shit, let us know, sir. I mean, we don't want to find you like, dead in a bathtub, OD'd on fucking barbiturates. So out of nowhere, Little Mir pipes up. What's your guys' viewpoints on downers? Let's listen.
No, I mean, what is your guys' viewpoint on downers, though, honestly?
Oh, man, I hate downers.
I love downers, dude.
Oh,
Downers,
you?
when you drink alcohol and you take a good fucking fat downer, dude, a good Xanax, nice full bill, bro, you fucking just chill out. You just relax. You just fucking just sink into your seat. You feel like God is holding your shoulders down.
It feels like God is holding your shoulders down. Holy shit, the way this guy is describing what it's like to take a downer right now, I mean, it's pretty revealing shit. It's like, how many downers are you taking? Are you taking them daily? It seems to me like you're taking them daily, because you started by asking what's everyone's viewpoint on downers, and then you answered it yourself. I love downers. There's nothing like taking a fat downer, mix that with some alcohol, and it feels like God is holding your shoulders down. Wow. I'm just here to tell you, like, if we have young, people watching, drugs are bad. Stay in school. Don't do Xanax. If your doctor wants to put you on Xanax, tell him to fucking piss off. It's horrible shit. It is poison. Not even for recreational use. Do not take downers. Unless, you're an absolute skits and you need them. But that's like a different story. I mean, there's obviously, exceptions to the rule for everything. But most people don't need Xanax. Like, Xanax is such a powerful drug for the common person. Just because you have a little anxiety, I can't talk to people face to face. I'm scared. I need a Xanax. It's like Xanax, it's insane. It's insane. You could, between alcohol and Xanax, they're the two withdrawals you could actually die for. And this is not like a dare class, so I'm not trying to give you guys a lesson in drugs, but you shouldn't be ever advocating for fat downer usage. Stick to smoking weed, occasional booze in here and there, and that's where you should fucking leave it. Maybe a once-a-year psychedelic ceremony, as Dr. Chow went and did the, ayahuasca ceremony. That's even okay. But the second you start mixing fat downers and opiates, it's like, holy fuck, you're opening Pandora's box. So again, Little Mir, if you're going through some shit, don't hesitate to reach out.
Dude, it's just one of the best feelings I've ever felt in my life. I'm not gonna cap. I don't do it recreationally, but when you can pop one just to experience.
I don't do them recreationally, but I'm gonna advocate that if you ever get the chance to take a fat downer, pop that bad boy right in your mouth, swig it down with some vodka, and let the good times roll. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's it.
Let's keep watching.
Okay.
Make sure you drink a lot when you do it.
Make sure you drink a lot when you do it. Now you're just asking for somebody to overdo. So now imagine if somebody's listening to this show and, they have no friends and they get all their news from YouTube and they get all their advice from YouTube. Well, now you just sent someone over the edge, Little Mir. You see what you did there? Advocating for Xanax and excessive drinking, following that up. That's bad. Don't do it. I don't got to tell you guys. Most of you probably already know that. But it's like, holy shit, Little Mir. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Fuck.
Bro, yeah, go ahead, Billy.
So I have a lot of friends who are into downers, and I actually...
Of course, Billy John has a lot of friends that are into downers. He's probably got a lot of friends that are into downers, uppers, middlers, and all-arounders. This guy hangs around with homeless people in Los Angeles, California. You walk outside, and I mean, the first sight you're presented with is downers. People on downers. So of course, Billy John has tons of friends that are into. You shouldn't be into downers. That sentence should not be coming out of your mouth. Yo, me and my boys, we're into downers. It's like, are you? That's alarming. They have 28-day programs for people like that.
Yeah, go ahead, Billy.
So I have a lot of friends who are into downers, and I actually have friends who do construction mechanic work, and they'll do downers and sit there and fucking fix something for
So, all right, he's describing his friends who are into downers doing mechanical work on other people's cars. Does anyone not see the problem with that right there? I would never let anybody into downers or uppers, for that matter, work on my vehicle. Now you're putting my life at risk because you want to take a fucking Xanax and not feel anything. Because your anxiety is, I can't take my anxiety. Grow up. Grow up. Let's keep watching. Billy John is king, says Dr. Chow. Not on downers. He's not. As you would say, he's mid. Pretty mid.
10 hours and be just working on it. I'm like, holy shit. And it's funny because if you don't give them the downer, they'll be work on it for 5 minutes and be fuck this shit. And you're like, whoa. Dude. So some people, I guess, that really downers can do incredible, extraordinary things for them,
No,
where other people, yeah.
I love weed, but weed gives me anxiety.
Chris Mack says, this seems like a liability. It 100% is a liability. 1,000% is a liability. Working on, literally on those bottles, on any prescription bottles, but mainly on narcotics bottles, it says do not operate or run any sort of machinery. That doesn't mean that's a green light to go ahead and work on machinery. Stay away from machinery when consuming any substances. You're putting yourself and everyone else at risk. That's the issue.
I got diagnosed with chronic anxiety disorder or some crazy shit like that. I don't know. I think it's my grandpa had it, killed himself over it.
Holy shit.
But my dad also has it. I have it, apparently, whatever they said, because I had a fucking heart attack, I thought. But
holy shit.
But
we got one fan, by the way.
So Mir's entire family suffers from chronic anxiety disorder.
Break your fucking face tonight.
Wild stuff. You never know what kind of stuff these guys are going to get into. Other than that, great episode, I'd say. Oh, shit, dude. Billy fucking John. Yeah, we're going to have to give a hard look into this guy, Billy John, because, something, it just tells me that this guy is up to no good. He's got friends on downers. He's extracting from Andy Dick, robbing him every second he can. Now, Dr. Chow, I know Dr. Chow, me and Dr. Chow don't see eye to eye on many things when it comes to Joey C., when it comes to Billy John. I'm a pretty good judge of character when I watch somebody. It's mainly what I do. So, when I'm watching somebody, I could just tell. I've turned on a few Billy John streams when he's streaming at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a lot of not psychotic. It's just a lot of strange behavior. We'll just kind of leave it there. But yeah, Little Mir, into downers, loves taking a fat downer. Just be weary, Little Mir. Those downers will catch up on you and take you out. Take you the fuck out. So that is the Mir Musk podcast with Billy John. Go check it out on the Little Mir channel. Pretty wild stuff you're going to find sometimes. All right, I want to get into this Steel Toe stuff. We have a lot more to get to, and I have these next three guys, Steel Toe, Ray, and Chad, are going to take up the rest of the time. Kind of wanted to breeze through some of those light clips. I think we did a good job with that, but we are up against it at 4. We got to get out of here. So I want to start off with the Steel Toe stuff. We'll read a couple chats before we do. Buddy Rydell says, bye. Bex Rocks is giving us some eyeballs. Lance says, John, there's something interesting. There's some interesting stories coming out of the Prince of Prussia Hooters regarding you. Well, send me the link and we'll cover it. Hawkeye says meditation for anxiety to avoid pharmaceutical complex. I mean, right. There's other ways to combat anxiety. You don't have to run to pharmaceutical poison, essentially. You don't, I mean, just because you're having a little bit of anxiety doesn't mean you need a fucking Klonopin. You can meditate, take a walk, change up your diet. I mean, what do you think people did before fucking benzos and barbiturates and pills? Meditation, all this yoga. There's a bunch. You don't have to resort to fucking taking drugs. Hey guys, just meditate. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Jocko. Yeah, but Kush Gang, you don't want to just take a fucking Xanax because you have a little bit of anxiety. Exposure therapy. Rainy G says, whoever suffers from anxiety is full of guilt. Well, there might be some truth in that. And normally people who suffer from like really bad, quote unquote, anxiety, it's like they can't smoke weed. It's like, why can't you smoke weed? Because then you're faced with all of that, shit. All that fear and guilt, as Rain pointed out. It's like instead of running, that's what Xanax and all downers do. You're just avoiding the problem and running from the problem. Just face it head on. Smoke a little bit of weed. I'm not going to advocate for fucking anything else. But you know what I mean? Don't take downers is my main point to all of this. Because someone on YouTube said it was a good idea. In fact, you should probably do the opposite. All right, I want to get into the Steel Toe stuff because we have 3 clips from them. We have 2 clips from Chad and this one masterpiece from Ray DeVito. Trust me, it's a doozy when I say it. I want to start off with Steel Toe, though. I want to start off from the other day. This is the Steel Toe Evening Show, 9/18/23, so 2 days ago, which would be Monday night. Aaron starts the show without April. And he's going to find himself here in just kind of in no man's land, essentially. The not hitting the goals, the begging every day. It's starting to wear on Aaron and his hairline, and he's starting to feel it. Rest assured. So we want to keep the pressure up, and by that I mean we want to keep covering him, highlighting everyone who clips him and posts it on Reddit, because he watches his coverage, and he goes and searches his own Reddit and sees what people are saying about him. He always says like he heard that people were saying. But that translates to I watched my coverage, or at least I saw a clip of what people are saying. Like Aaron doesn't have people that are constantly informing him. Yo, man, did you see what was popping off on your Reddit? It's like, no, he spends all his time online. So, he every so often goes on his Reddit and looks at at all the things that we're saying. So it is starting to catch up to him. It is starting to infect his subconscious, and now is starting to break through into his conscious, so much so where he's now coming onto a show and realizing this whole goal thing is a bad idea. We have 3 clips from Steel Toe. Let's go into it. Full force. Here we go. Steel Toe Evening Show, 9/18/23. Aaron, take it the fuck away.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. April will be here in a little bit. I hate Monday evening shows. I hate starting off solo. I know they're good.
So the first words out of his mouth. Let me take a sip of this fine water. Aaron comes on his show, and within 10 seconds, welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. April will be here soon. I kind of hate Monday evening shows. Imagine if I came on here on a Wednesday morning, or any day I started the stream, and within 10 seconds I go, welcome in, guys. Have a great show to get to today. I hate fucking Wednesday afternoon shows. It's like, then don't do them. But see, Aaron can't, because he refuses to get a job and refuses to pull himself up by the bootstraps, as they say, and actually go and grind for a fucking, change. He's resulted to this, and only this. He's put all his eggs in one basket, and this is what's going to happen, and is what's happening when you do such a thing. Let's take this all over to the big screen, though. I feel like this is big screen worthy here. So this is Steel Toe Evening Show. First 10 seconds, Aaron says, I hate Monday evening. I hate the Monday evening shows. Well, why?
There's shows. I hate starting off solo. I know they're good. I know they're solid, but...
So just more copes and lies and you know, gaslighting of him. Yeah, they're good. They're solid. It's like they're not. They're the farthest thing from it. And again, wearing this Hulkamania shirt, a shirt that he wore, I believe, on either Friday or Sunday. So his shirt collection is wearing thin. Let's keep watching.
When you got a morning show, and then you got the kids right after school, and then you do an evening show solo, woof, that gets to be a long day. We're going to do a goal tonight.
So, hold on, what did he say there? I was
and then you got the kids right after. I know they're solid, but...
I know they're solid.
You got a morning show, and then you got the kids right after school, and then you do an evening show solo. Woof, that gets to be a long day.
So sitting down and doing 2 shows, I mean, it is a long day. I mean, you know, despite what you may think, but it's not that much work. But you could tell, like, this is him. Like, kind of, it's catching up to him. All this is starting to catch up to him. Before, he would bang right through this. But now he's like, you know, stumbling and dragging his feet across this finish line here. Having the kids and doing 2 shows is what's wearing this guy out. No, it's your lack of just being able to do a show without worrying about every 5 seconds about if someone else is going to super chat you or not. That's the problem. That is why your fucking hair is turning gray.
We're going to do a goal tonight. We're going to get through Black Tuesday tomorrow. Tuesday is always the toughest day of the week. And then we're going to give away a VIP tomorrow, Wednesday night. We're going to do a VIP giveaway Wednesday night.
And look at the energy. The sheer fucking energy in his body mannerisms here. Just looks defeated. Like, he just looks like he went, 12 rounds with Tyson. It's like the dude he's sitting down and commenting on Twitter clips. Like, what he's doing is not, some of it, I'm not going to say all of it is easy, but it's not, the way he's coming on camera and making it seem. And if I was a casual viewer of this, why would I want to contribute more to this? For what reason? It's only getting worse.
We're going to give away a VIP tomorrow, Wednesday night.
Touching his face, crossing his arms. It's bad.
We're going to do a VIP giveaway Wednesday night because... I'm getting tired of goals. We're going to get that fixed up for you because you cannot keep asking people for so much money in an economy like this.
Wow.
Everyone I talk to who does...
He could do 12 rounds with Cicely Tyson, Garth Brooks says. Well, you're probably right on that. Cicely Tyson. That is pretty telling, though. Aaron lets out something that we've been saying since day fucking one. And he would call us crazy. He'd call us whatever. Every name in the book. For, mentioning his goals and how it's unsustainable. He said, you worry about your show, I'll worry about mine. All right, dude. Let's do that. This is where you're at, and this is where I'm at.
Streaming people for so much money in an economy like this... Everyone I talk to who does streaming says, oh my God. It almost makes me, I don't like hearing that people aren't doing as well as they used to. I don't like, but it is, like when someone does the same thing you do, and then they go, oh, it's fucking brutal out there. And you get that feeling where it's not a good feeling, but you're like, oh, good, it's not just me. Like there's something about, the old saying, misery loves company. It's true.
Wow.
If you're like, shit, what am I doing wrong? And then you hear from 5 other people doing the same thing, no matter what you do, it makes you feel better in an odd way to know that they're going through the same thing you are. I said, think about your job. If you're like, God, do I fucking suck at my job? This is not ending. It's not good. And you go to the next department and they're like, yeah, it's fucking crazy in here too, man. I can't get ahead. And
I think pretty much I could say this with confidence that people with just normal, regular jobs, don't go around saying, do I suck at my job? Aaron, on the other hand, this is a thought that is in his head. Do I suck at my job? Because he's equated in his mind super chats with success. And the super chats have been dry. He's been hitting the goal, but I mean, when we watch these begging segments coming up, I mean, he's barely getting them by the skin of his teeth, and it's driving him fucking to the point. I mean, I don't know if he'd ever quit, because I think his pride would just get in the way. I don't think Aaron could ever quit. Maybe he could. I don't know. Ultimately, that divorce would have to happen for him to even consider quitting. Plus, too, like, he's not, like I said, he's not the type to go out and get a job and go work for a fucking living. Like, he refuses. He finds working people less than. It's the only other explanation to explain what the fuck is happening here. Do I suck at my job? Crazy.
And you go to the next department, and they're like, yeah, it's fucking crazy in here, too, man. I can't get ahead. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, and that's something XMM says. Aaron equals DSP, totally agree. And that's something, I could see his nipples. His wrestling shirts are great. XMM, Aaron equals DSP, totally agree. That's something, when I first started watching Steel Toe back in like September or October, was one of the guys he was covering. When it wasn't Chad or Kevin Brennan or Wrestling Otaku, it was this DSP character. And this DSP character, I don't know much about him. I just know what I've seen on his show. So it was through the lens of Steel Toe. And Steel Toe always made it out to seem like this guy is an insane beggar. And, you know, he's just shameless when it comes to asking his audience for money. And it's just funny how it all fucking comes back around. Because if that's true, this guy DSP just begs and pleads, to his audience about giving him money. It's like, and you were making fun of him. Well, it's funny now how you're in the exact same situation. Let's see. Don't let Aaron's coping today fool you, Kush King, Egg Picker says. XMM says, the more goals they miss, the lower April's shirt gets. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'd be surprised if she comes on today, or I wouldn't be surprised, rather, if she comes on today with a low crop top sort of fucking shirt there. Mutagrouse says DSP is the OG locale, right? Yeah, I don't know much about him. I just, like I said, I just remember Aaron covering him, and, you know, the main thing was him begging for money. DSP, that is. Egg Picker said, I had a hard day. My wife made me a pizza, and I got to eat it. DSP. Okay. So he's like one of those guys. But it's funny. I mean, that's literally how Aaron is. He's the same exact person. Lance, raising teenagers is hard, but when they aren't yours and you have very little say, if any, ouch, says Josie. All right, so this was from Monday night. Let's go to last night. And let's watch this begging session ensue. Let's watch Aaron fucking cope, flail, and seethe his way to the finish line. And it'll start in the beginning here. So all of this is on his mind. And he's going to open the show with a little bit of a tell about how this is all kind of, you know, catching up on him. And he's got to get rid of this goal because it's unsustainable. And then we're going to watch him try to hit the goal so they could do 30 minutes for their audience. Let's check it out.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Howdy.
Boy, what a difference 24 hours makes, huh?
Whew.
I told you I'm out of my mind. I told you I have mental problems.
Right.
I told you. People don't believe me. I sit here and I go for 7. You know, people go, oh, what? No, he's melting down because he thinks it's all over. No, this is a 17-year meltdown.
Which is
and
even
it always
worse.
Works.
That's even worse. If you've been melting down for 17 years, I don't know, call me crazy. It's time to hang it up. Time to call it quits. If I was melting down for more than a day, I'd be, you know what? This probably not for me. If you're melting down for 17 years, you should quit. But that's one of his copes and one of his fucking, you know, just his lies that he does to make himself feel better. He has to lie and lie and lie to his audience so they believe it. But it's like, you don't even believe it, dude. You don't even believe your own shit. anymore. I think I set this shit up wrong. I think the begging clip was the clip before, so I'm going to pull that up. We'll watch the beginning of this and then contrast it with this next clip. Let's keep it moving.
It always works out. And then I get the mental illness where I go, well, because it worked, I have to keep doing that.
Of course.
So welcome to the show. If you didn't know, if you weren't aware, we have tonight's show is free for you guys. It's just
tonight's show is free for you guys. So that's the thing, man. It's unless it's a members only show, isn't every show free on YouTube? Like the show I'm doing right now, it's free. It's free of charge. Nobody has to pay a dime. Unless it's members only, you got to pay to watch the members only content. But not for Steel Toe Audience. Steel Toe Audience, every show you have to pay up. You have to pay your fucking dues, as the dues payer would say.
I paid my dues.
I mean, imagine even just saying this shit out loud. I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild.
we have tonight's show is free for you guys.
And he makes it sound like such a good thing. It's a free show for you guys. Don't worry about the goal. We hit it. You guys are good, but if you want to chip in, it's like that should be every show. Every show should be free.
It's just there's no goal. There's nothing.
Idiot.
This morning there was no goal. There was nothing.
Thank you, guys.
Also, I have to report, as of yesterday, we were at 577 for members, and I know this morning Deadfool put in 20, and I know a couple other people became members and a couple other people gifted. So depending on what the expiration is tomorrow, which it shouldn't be too bad, we may be...
He's always doing some crazy fucking hands. It's like he's dancing. It's always touching his mic, crossing his arms. He cannot sit still. And this is what happens when you make super chats your entire show. It's because when they dry up, you start, dancing with your hands.
Be back over 600 today.
And he always plays this fucking clapping noise of like an audience cheering when something like it's the hackiest fucking shit in the world.
Too bad. We may be back over 600 today.
Imagine people cheering for that. We may be up back over 600 today. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! It's like, I need a boo button. Stat.
Thank you, guys.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. You know what else I did this morning?
What'd you do?
I put the streams, not the chats, but the streams off to the left monitor here and minimized them in a window. And I didn't look at them all morning.
Oh.
And guess what?
What?
Whether I look or not, YouTube was exactly the same as it always is, peeking out in the 400s somewhere.
Okay.
And Rumble was peeking out in this 300s somewhere. So just like always.
So again, he's bringing up his numbers for the umpteenth time. I mean, this is like a constant for this guy, obviously. I mean, we've gone through a lot of this shit, but it's just, this is what he still does. So it just leaves, and some people may be like, well, why do you still cover him? It's like, because this shit leaves me mind blown. Like, my mind is literally fucking blown. It's blown because, their audience tolerates it, And back when we first started covering Steel Toe, most of my issue was with a lot of issues. I mean, the reason why a lot of creators get away with a lot of the shit they get away with, it's because of their audience. They just let them lie. It's like they're in an abusive relationship and they need to be lied and told what to do and guided into a direction. But then it's like when that happens and you allow that to happen, this is the product you get. Like, it's, there should be no reason why, like, Clowncast is a better show than Steel Toe. No reason at all. But it's just the reality of it. Or the Shuli Network. Now, I know somebody said earlier in the chat that Steel Toe is better than the Shuli Network, but it's like, you might be right on that, actually. You might be right. But again, it's just all dog shit. It's just all dog shit. So Aaron's talking about his chat, how he, put the chat away. He doesn't look at the chat. So remember he said that. Remember, he said he's done looking at the chat and he can move on. Because in about a minute, he's going to say this.
I told you.
And what was the outcome? What kind of show did we get this morning?
I would say today's morning show is probably the best show out of all of them in a long time.
Pretty goddamn good. So
very
I
good.
think what I have to do is stop looking at that shit and just do a show.
Would be nice because, like, as a listener too, when I'm not on here,
That's
it's not fun to hear you talk about the numbers and how you
No.
don't like where the numbers are at.
Of course.
An egg picker brings up a good point. Says OnlyFans girls abuse their audience way less, to be honest. Yeah, you're probably right on that. At least they're giving you like something you want, What is it that you tune into Steel Toe for? That's always been my question. If you could sum up what Steel Toe Morning Show is in a sentence and tell me why you watch the show, then okay, we could agree to disagree on why this show is bad. But until then, it's like, I think just Aaron has done the unthinkable and fooled the retards into thinking that this is like Howard Stern level. I mean, you guys remember all the way back when Corey Adams was on this show, the first time, he described Steel Toe as being a little Howard Stern on the prairie. I mean, I don't know if we're watching two different things. Like, I don't know what you're watching. Maybe your YouTube Steel Toe is a different Steel Toe than what I'm watching. But this Steel Toe that we have up on this screen right now is the furthest thing from Howard Stern on a prairie. Howard Stern would like physically be nauseous if he ever came across something like this. Even the modern day Howard Stern. It's just embarrassing. It really just is embarrassing at the end of the day. Garth Brooks says, oh my God, washing his hands repeatedly sounds like OCD to me. Right. XMM says, yes, me too, Blade. That's how I learned of Aaron. It's come full circle. I guess you're talking about through DSP. DSP does the same, to be honest. With or without patting himself on the back. Just making sure. Sam V says. April coming on tomorrow wearing body paint. If she did something like that, it would be better. At least it'd be something. Just something like shocking, something, provocative. I don't know. But this, it's like, good luck. Good luck. Aaron's parents are also to blame. Yeah, and you're not wrong, Kush King. Aaron's parents. I mean, what a poor job they did with this fucking loser. What a poor job. And from the way I understand it, he doesn't even talk to his parents anymore. Now, some people drift away from their parents, but isn't that an odd thing? I come from where that's insane to me, to drift away from your folks. It's like, to go live your own life is one thing, but to like completely not even talk to them. They weren't even there on his wedding day. So what does that tell you about him? And that's something I've always said, that his audience somehow just does not see. They want to hear the news of what's happening on Twitter so badly that they're willing to let him fucking lie, cheat, and steal his way to fucking reaching their goal every day. I mean, it really is wild stuff. It really is wild stuff. I really do think a good documentary needs to be made. I talked to a couple people on trying to make one. I just don't simply have the time to sit down and make a 3-part, 4-part documentary. It's just, you know what I mean? It's very time-consuming shit, getting clips all the way back from, probably have to start from like last year to kind of paint the picture. But, I mean, it would be a great, great watch and would do really well. A Steel Toe documentary. The Begging Sessions. So, all right, he's talking about his chat and how he hasn't been reading the chat and how they just did the best show ever, which, believe me, it wasn't. But that's what they're going to tell everyone and say it with a straight face. So I guess it means they're serious. Listen to April here. Listen to what she says.
It's not. Or if I do like where the numbers are at, that's probably no fun to hear either. Like, who gives a shit? I don't care.
Especially as somebody who works here and I'm listening, it causes me to do one of these. Like, oh,
yeah.
So April listens to the show, works there, lives there, right? And all the time, he brings up the numbers, which is every day, probably at least once or twice an hour. She cringes. If your own wife and business partner and life partner cringes at your, ability to read the numbers or lack thereof, what does that say about what everyone else is doing? What do you think everyone else is doing? Sitting there, like, wanting to know your YouTube numbers? We don't give a fuck. We don't care. Do a show. Just do a show. Don't worry about your numbers. Don't worry about your super chats. If you do a well enough fucking show, people will fucking help you out and support you. That's always been my issue. It's just the begging needs to stop, and they won't stop it. But maybe they will. I don't know, because we'll watch. He's kind of conflicted now with this whole begging thing. He's realizing that something's got to give.
So at
I'm
any
here
rate,
for a good time.
And MSO, don't worry. I see you in the chat. You're bummed out today. Don't worry. We've got tomorrow morning's show. There's not going to be a goal tomorrow night. We're I think, really low on VIP orders.
Like ultra.
So we're gonna have to. How ultra? Are we talking like doing 2 evening shows next week of VIP giveaways? Probably.
Why not?
Okay, sure. So we're not. We're gonna give you guys a little goal break next week as far as the evening show goes.
Thank God.
MSO, don't worry. You still got 3 more shows with goals in them the rest of the week, so we can still fuck that up. To note, though, we are $25 into tomorrow. So if you guys...
I mean, seriously, I'm imagining giving this guy money, like if I'm a casual. Like, you know what I mean? How do people still do it? This is the product you get when you hit the goal. Because they hit the goal the night before. And the morning of. This is what you're getting. All of this. All of this. Unfucking believable, M. Holt. Unfucking believable. You left me speechless here. Let's keep watching.
Anything you guys contribute tonight, that's already going into tomorrow. So, and now people are already super chatting and rumble ranting and shit like that. So,
yep.
I don't want you guys to break. I'm of 2 minds here. I don't want to break MSO's heart for tomorrow, but the listeners might want to. But I also don't want. I'd like a nice cushion for tomorrow. I like it. The shows are better.
I like a nice donut pillow for my goals.
If the goal is my anus, I want a nice pillow for it. A little cushion for my butthole.
Memory foam.
Memory foam preferable.
Or gel.
So, welcome to tonight's show. Look, if you want to become a member, if you want to gift members, you want to throw a little gratis in there, I'm not going to stop you from doing it. But no goal tonight. Overtime, you got it. It's already bought and paid for. Thank you guys very much. And 35 now into tomorrow. I should probably keep track of that.
So he goes 25. No, I mean 35 now into the goal for tomorrow. Which one is it? Can we see receipts? As a paying customer of the Steel Toe Morning Show, we should be able to see those receipts. Because if not, we're just left with Aaron's word, and we all know that his word is meaningless and dog shit. So we are left with Aaron's word that what he says is the actual numbers is the actual number. And he just fucked it up there. He says 25, and then he goes, 35. I should pay attention to this more. It's like, yeah, we want to see receipts. For every super chat, there should be a counter on the board. I know you put it in your live chat, but if you're not able to watch the live chat, and sometimes that doesn't even update. So how do we know that, we're actually hitting that goal and not giving you more money than you don't deserve? So now, mind you, all this stemmed from looking at the chat, right? He says, I'm not going to look at the chat anymore until this happens.
Thank you, everybody. All right, let's start in the chat, shall we? Let's catch up with...
And just immediately, let's start in the chat. It's like, wasn't this the whole reason for your rant? You did the best show you ever did because you didn't look at the chat. And then within the first fucking 5 minutes of the show, 6 minutes, you're already back looking at the chat.
We keep track of that. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's start in the chat, shall we? Let's catch up with you guys, and then plenty to talk about.
And then immediately goes to the arm folding here. just seething his life away. I've never seen somebody like grip their arms so tight while fucking crossing their arms. You know, if you cross your arms, whatever, I wouldn't do it on camera. I'm only going to do it here to have a reference point. You know, you do a little cross, you know, and that's it. You leave it there. This guy fucking holds his arms and starts fucking pinching himself because he's not fucking having a good show and a good outing. And the super chats aren't fucking flowing in. So he starts pinching himself, starts seething, heavy. So this is the state of Steel Toe. This is the state of Steel Toe. So now I want to go into the past here. I don't know why this isn't working. There we go. I want to go into the past, and I want to look at the Monday night show, which I exited out of too soon. And I want to watch this begging session because this is going to set up and like, okay, kind of everything we're talking about here. So let's go to the last 5 minutes of the show and watch him beg. But listen to what he says through all this.
Striking win, everybody throwing.
All right, we got to go to the point.
And we also got to bare our souls to you a
check
little
it out.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
Got to have a little therapy session
On a Monday.
with our best buddies on a Monday.
On a school night.
On a school night, for Christ's sake. All right, let's run through this music twice. And it's a shorter, the clip I picked is a shorter one. It's not the 5 minute, 6 minute clip that we have before. It's about 3 minutes, so we'll have to run it twice. Guys, let's go ahead and knock out that 125. MSO is sitting here thinking he's got to win. Everybody throw in $5-10.
So he does this hacky fucking bit with this guy, MSO. For the last 6 months, every fucking show, this guy, MSO, is brought up. How MSO is going to get a win if we don't hit our goal. And help us hit our goal. So you're really sticking it to MSO. It's like nobody gives a fuck about MSO. Nobody cares about MSO. Who's probably not even a real person. It's probably an AI bot that you bought with your subscriber fucking purchase. MSO. I mean, these are the sick, twisted fucking little games that this guy plays. And rest assured, that's all he does. He's just using his audience and using his chatters for his financial gain. It's truly sick shit when you really break it down. Like, I don't really do a good job of breaking it all down the way it should be. I would love to get it like a body language expert in here to kind of just evaluate them. But they also cost a fucking fortune. So I have to weigh out the pros and the cons of that. But, I mean, the point still remains. I mean, there's just so much slimy shim-shamming happening here. Every fucking 5 minutes, you're listening to Steel Toe. I mean, imagine if you're an audio listener and you're just listening to this and you have nothing to do with a goal, a live show goal. Every 5 minutes, you're listening to their numbers, their YouTube numbers, their Rumble numbers, their fucking, how much money they're away from the goal. So imagine listening to that. Like, you want to listen to a podcast, you're an audio podcast consumer, and then you turn Steel Toe on, and that's what you hear, the whole show. For 2.5 hours, like I said, probably 45 minutes of that is straight up just begging. So now this is their last 5 minutes. This is their last push to try to knock out whatever's left on that goal. So there's 125 left here on this particular night, on Monday night. They got 5 minutes for you guys to knock that 125 out so they could do 30. And mind you, like we went through this time and time again, but the 30 minutes isn't anything special or spectacular. It's nonsense, meaningless shit that you could honestly live without. So you're paying for nothing. You guys might as well, whoever is the Steel Toe audience, this is my message to you, Zen Rhino and all these other guys, just take your money, crumble it up in a ball, and throw it the fuck out the window. Because obviously you don't need it. You're paying for nothing when you pay to meet their goal. So just start trashing your money. Just start lighting your money on fire. Next time you fucking want to donate to the Steel Toe program. To do 30 minutes of what fucking, Russell Brand said that day. It's like, nobody cares. There's smarter, more eloquent people that could highlight and do the same shit you do, that do it way better on a bigger and better scale than you. We don't need Aaron Emholt telling us about the latest updates in the fucking, what Trump said. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Keep watching.
If you feel more generous than that, that's great. There's the links in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super.
But Citizen M, he says, hey, that's me you're talking about. Citizen M is the exception to the rule. Because Citizen M isn't one of these guys who gets, and I'm not just saying that because he's here. Like, he'll call Aaron and April out while simultaneously shitting on them. So he sees both sides. That's the difference, Citizen M. I'm talking about the people who are just blatantly asleep at the wheel, Zen Rhino and the others. They just take what Aaron says as gospel and as if. Question everything that people are saying. Don't take anything at face value. I know that seems a little extreme, but look what you're left with. If you don't, imagine if nobody said anything about this. That's the crime. That's the fucking crime right there. If nobody said a word about this. So people get mad and upset. And how could you cover Steel Toe? We covered this already, blah, 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 blah. It's like it would be a fucking crime not to. Let's keep watching.
Chats, Rumble rants. Support your favorite show and let's do this thing. Yes. Fire up the new offering plate music and let's have a successful Monday.
It's so fun.
125 away. We can do this together. Become a member. Throw in PayPal. Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Let's go.
You even wore the shirt.
Yes.
I like that.
Here we go, everybody. Knock it out of the park. 125 away.
And again, for these 5 minutes that happen here, I mean, there should be something happening. You guys should be doing something. Instead of holding up a wooden bowl asking for money, like there should be, I would be more inclined, I probably would give $5 or buy a membership or something, gift a membership if they did something. If they moved their table out of the way and just started doing jumping jacks for 5 minutes, I'd be more inclined to donate as a casual viewer. Not me personally, I'm just saying, speaking as a casual viewer. But when you just sit there and, I mean, do absolutely nothing besides give us links to your PayPal and Streamlabs and all this other shit, it's seriously, it's the most fucking cringiest shit, dude, in the fucking world.
Cringe. Let's keep watching. We are within striking distance, but we need everybody being generous and pitching in a little bit to knock out that 125. If we do, the show stays on for another 30 minutes. If it doesn't, then we wrap up here in the next 5 minutes.
We go bye-bye.
Here we go, boys and girls. 125 away. There's all the links in the chat. Everybody do this. Loaded Wrench says, should I play I Got 5 on It for the begging
Not
song?
bad.
That's not a bad one either. But let's knock this thing out. Let's do it all together, guys.
We have such fun stories.
Jeff with $10 over on PayPal. Thank you, buddy.
Southern John's Fingernail says, Aaron has got a nice set of C cups. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Some nice C's on that fucking dude. Muted Growl, pay us. Use bonker bucks, fart coins, Trump tokens. Yeah. 5 minutes of begging takes 8 minutes lately. Sometimes 10.
Vinegar, last name Lover, says you need a pay pig named Scoro. Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I got to follow. She probably makes more money than we do. We should probably dip our toe into that world. I'm just fucking around.
Your toe might fall off.
All right, guys, 115 away. Let's do it. 115 away and 5 minutes.
So close.
Away.
So 5 minutes started about 2 minutes ago, but we're still yet on 5 minutes. Right? We started this clip probably around the 153 mark. We are now at 156. So it's actually been 3 minutes.
From
so yeah, XMM said 5 minutes of begging takes 8 minutes lately. You're not wrong.
Either knocking out this goal or calling it a night early. T. Jefferson says, how much is that piggy in the window? How much is the pay piggy in the window, you mean? Let's fire it up. Begamania's running wild, brother.
So now Aaron is doing a last-ditch effort Hulk Hogan impression, something nobody asked for. But I will say this, because I know I just said, like, start doing something. I'd be more inclined to donate. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, you know, it is pretty hacky and pretty fucking cringe to do a Hulk Hogan impression begging for money. But it's like, that's better than just reading the chat, folding your arms, squeezing and pinching every morsel of your fucking arm hairs. But it's still it's still cringe. No matter what, if it's like, you know, if it wasn't Aaron, then it would be acceptable. But just because it's Aaron, it makes it that much more cringe. And it makes me hate fucking Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's somebody I met when I was 2 years old. Looked up to Hulk Hogan. Not anymore. Not since Aaron did this fucking little bullshit impression. I actually despise that guy now.
What you gonna do when that $115 goal runs wild on you, Jack? I got a couple of bucks waiting, and I got a bunch of people wanting to become members, man, and they want to throw in those super chats and those PayPal, dude. So throw it in there as I debase myself and make a fool of myself, man, just to see if I can make $115 and keep my business going, dude. $115 away. Here's my business model, dude. Beg my fans for money so I can keep entertaining them and doing a show, brother. 4 minutes away, boys and girls. Come on.
So we only passed a minute. I guess it's only been a minute. Okay. He's not wrong.
Let's not go to bed.
Come on. 115 away. We can do it. This is literal e-begging. This is just me going, come on, guys. You got this.
Soothe the man.
Everybody a little bit. I just told you what my paranoia was.
Don't hurt him.
Don't confirm it.
Don't hurt him.
115 away. Can we do this together? We need everybody pitching in. There ain't going to be one person who can knock all this out. It's got to be everyone sticking together, or Steel Toe is not going to be able to fund itself. That's for sure. Come on.
It's like, why? Why can't Steel Toe fund itself? Fucking hack. I fund myself. I'm a way smaller show than you, Aaron.
Come on now, boys and girls. We've got 3.5 minutes left. 115 away from tonight's goal.
We
gotta get a rally going. We've got to get a rally going, guys. This is going to be this could get really obnoxious over the next now it's 3.5 minutes. I'm sorry. We're at 56. My bad.
Okay.
All right. This music's going to play through one more time.
Look at his eyes.
And then we got to do this. Streamlabs, PayPal, Begamania, everyone get in here.
Everyone with 5.
And do this thing.
You can do it.
115.
Look at him. Look how fucking annoyed and pissed off he is getting. This is great. This is so fucking good.
Away. Starting behind the 8 ball on a Monday, I think I would have to take that shortage and I'd have to go and roll it into all the other goals. We can't be missing anymore.
So now that's like a threat to his audience. If you guys don't hit this, we got to roll this goal over into the shows that are going to ensue the rest of the week. Because if you guys don't hit this goal, you're just going to have to pay more later. So either pay us now or pay us more later. You choose. That's the problem. Sign up for Steel Toe. Watch their show. Whatever. But this is the fucking, like the sick, twisted salesman type behavior that he tries to pull off every fucking show.
I think so.
Skeezy says, knock out that goal so Aaron doesn't have to beg Gary for his job back. Well, look.
I mean, those things, by the way, between his fucking arms. Yikes, man. Yikes. Those things are sagging heavy. Sagging heavy tonight. Hold on real quick, coming in for a super chat. Let's see, we got Mika Mills says, why do I want to pay for Aaron's gym membership and boxing lessons? Right. It shouldn't be your responsibility to pay for Aaron, his grocery bill or gym membership or gas in his car. And I started to think about this the other night. It's like, when you really boil it down, he's left the audience into this weird position where you just support his life. You support his, dream of being a radio guy. Again, I'm not saying there's super chat in general are bad. Do the show. Make the super chat money. But when you beg and this shit happens, this is the problem. It's not their job to make sure you have a comfortable life and are able to, live out the fucking your dreams and fantasies of being Howard Stern. It's not their job, man. It's not their job. But yeah, rest assured, you guys are, putting food on his table, paying for the gas in his car, paying for his kids, essentially, paying for him to go out and golf, paying for him to do everything that he wants to do in his life. While you guys have to go without, so Aaron can go with. It's pretty bad. Chris in the chat says, Aaron's big old milk puppies. Yeah, they're out in full force. And April's too. So they both decided to pop them tatters out. Let's keep watching this. Thank you, Mika Mills, for the $4.99. We do appreciate that.
We are going to have to do something long-term. This is unsustainable long-term. We can't keep this going.
Yes, that's something I've been saying since day one. Since day one of covering Steel Toe, this model is unsustainable. And now he's starting to finally realize it. Well, I think he's realized it long ago, but now he's just finally admitting it out loud because, again, it's just another way for the audience to feel bad. Maybe he doesn't even give a fuck. Maybe he'll probably wind up begging for the rest of his life, to be quite honest with you guys. But it's probably just another tactic for his audience to feel bad, so they donate fucking $1, $5, $10. That's honestly probably what it is. But it's very telling of the headspace that he's at. Trying to do everything and anything he can to just get another one. It's like a fucking heroin addict. Do whatever it takes for the next fix.
Something long-term. This is unsustainable long-term. We can't keep this going this way. 115 away. Come on, boys and girls. Do what you can for us. Couple of bucks here and there. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships.
Little bit.
Rumble rants. How soon till he goes to Stone Cold ET? Motherfucker, I'll be working at the White Castle.
Oh, no.
Loaded Wrench with $1. Thank you very much. Keep your e-beggars in business. We've had nothing. We had Jeff and Loaded Wrench. That's it for our rally tonight. Now it's 2.5 minutes away.
Guys,
I do have to back it up. There we go. 2.5 minutes away. 1:15. Sandy Squatch gifting a membership to Rise Darth Jello. Thank you, Sandy Squatch. There's $2.60 in the kitty. If you can find it in your heart to throw, it's pathetic. I'm very pathetic tonight.
Great show, too.
You can find it in your heart.
Great show, too. It's like, it wasn't a good show. It wasn't a great show. It was probably the worst show ever. Aaron admitting that he's pathetic, though. I mean, this is awesome. This is what we cover Steel Toe for.
It's pathetic. I'm very pathetic tonight.
Great show, too.
Like
you can find it in your heart.
You're pathetic every night, but
knock out that last 115. There's the empty offering plate. Fill her up with money. Bug becoming a baby boot. That coupled with Sandy Squatch gift.
A baby boot. That's the name of their fucking club. Welcome to the baby boot. Gay.
Takes us to 110. KE says, get some of that Bezos money. Dude, I'll take some of that sucking dick money.
Nice.
Oh, here we are. Don't worry, I'll just take it out of Johnny's pay.
Wow, I will just take it out of Johnny's pay. Johnny, and this is what I've always said about Johnny. Like, Johnny is just too trusting. He's too, yes, Aaron. Right away, Aaron. And at the end of the day, John, you have to realize, when shit hits the fan, and by the looks of this, it's starting to crumble right before our eyes. You're going to be the first to kick rocks. So it's like, what do you have lined up? What are you doing now? And again, and I'm just saying this so Johnny Crutches doesn't put all his eggs in one basket, and then he'll end up like this. Now, the only thing Johnny has going for him is he's, partly crippled, which, people feel more inclined to give to somebody who can't walk. I get that. Fine. Sure. But that can only last so long, too. It's like, after a while, it's like, give me a break. Are you really crippled? Let's see a doctor's note. But it's just very telling because most people might look at this, or some people might look at this, and be like, yeah, man, this is nothing. Like, this is just Aaron, kind of laughing it off and joke. Like, John Domingo would probably be the first to kind of defend Aaron in this situation. Like, oh, he's only doing what he has to do here, and he's just making a joke about his co-host. But this is serious. Like, when shit hits the fan, like, they will keep Johnny's pay. And Johnny would be forced into one or two situations. One, to work for free, or two, to quit. So, how could you do that to a cripple, Aaron? You fucking selfish prick. Let's keep watching.
Nice.
Oh, here we are. Don't worry, I'll just take it out of Johnny's pay.
God.
Kidding. It's a bummer.
Poor Johnny.
How much time do we have? We have a minute 30. A minute 30 left to go. 110 away from tonight's goal. Can we do this? It takes everybody.
Skip that McDonald's one time.
Oh, man.
So now April wants you. Now she uses McDonald's as a reference, but because she's so stupid, she thinks that there's all of you eat McDonald's. Citizen M and everyone else in their chat. All you do is just eat McDonald's. You're fat losers who just watch YouTube all day. That's what she thinks. But she lets it out and blurts it out there of her stupid, dumb little mouth and goes, just go without. Just go without. And it's like literally what I've been saying. They want you to go without so he could go with. It's like, support yourself, April. And this is my advice to April, for whatever it's worth. It's like, you know how to cut the grass. You know how to weed whack and work in a factory. It's like, why? It's time for you to go back to it. You'd probably start out making like $60,000 a year with benefits. That's a great fucking job. That's, probably double what Steel Toe makes in a year. Imagine if April did that and like absorbed the Steel Toe brand. And like she was like Steel Toe and like fired Aaron. That'd be great. Wouldn't happen though. She's too dumb to even fucking realize the situation that she's even in. You skip some McDonald's. Yeah, you skip some McDonald's, April. Gee, imagine saying that. Guys, come on. Skip your McDonald's for the night. Wow. I never thought I'd ever hear anything like this. I don't know much about this DSP guy, but I'd venture to guess that he isn't asking, or maybe he does, I don't know. But he isn't asking you to skip meals in order to super chat them.
It takes everybody.
Skip that McDonald's one time.
Oh, man. Throw in just a little. Skeezy says, tell Biden to stop stealing my money so I have extra scratch to donate. I hear you. It's a bad start to the week.
Yep.
All right, guys. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go. April's Pink Puppies with $10 says, saved a few bucks golfing today thanks to lower fall rates, paying it forward. Thank you. The Begathon continues. 95. Thank you to Mr. Me with $5. 95 away from tonight's goal. We're at least in double digits.
I know.
We're at least in double digits.
It doesn't feel good going forward.
No. 40 seconds left to go. Loaded Wrench gifting a membership. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Here we go. People saying David Chandler, David Chandler. Dude, he kept us afloat last night and this morning. The guy can't do it all.
No.
Thank you to Mr. Me for $5.
So just now their audience has gotten that desperate where now their audience is calling out for David Chandler. This is sick.
We'll take $350 of that. Appreciate it. 95 away from tonight's goal. Everyone do this thing.
See, and this is why I said we need some receipts, because some of the super chats he counts as full. Some of them he like takes the tax right out and adds like the percentage. So this is why, like, we need to start seeing what our money is going to.
I'd appreciate it. 95 away from tonight's goal. Everyone do this thing and we can go another 30 minutes. Otherwise, we got to shut it down in a little bit.
We have such good stuff.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. The e-begging has subsided. Hold on. Time out.
And he plays this fucking, like, I can't, dude, plays this clapping music, like the stadium is standing up in applause and in complete awe of them knocking out their goal. Oh my God, truly, truly sickening stuff. Let's watch a couple more seconds of this, and I want to move on to this chat stuff we got.
Oh, that was a nasty bit of e-begging we just did.
Oh, ew, this is crazy.
Anonymous, this all just came in literally a minute ago at the same time. Thank you to Anonymous with 130.
Wow.
So that's going to put us 30 ahead for tomorrow.
Right, so they hit their goal.
Thank you, dude. I know that's not easy, right?
By anonymous donors on Venmo. questionable. I think they probably knocked it out. I don't think that it's a giant conspiracy that they're getting Vemos. Maybe it is. I don't know. But so they knock it out. I'm pretty sure this is kind of where the clip concludes here.
Sweating for the
Here we go.
This e-beg session went terrible to all of a sudden.
I know, now I'm sweating for the opposite reason.
Now all of a sudden it's fucking crazy. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
We're very much aware that it's not easy right now.
Oh, my
and
God.
We really do need to work on something else.
You guys are. Yeah, we're guys.
Like, I can't do this every night, and you certainly can't.
I can tell you we're absolutely working on other things. So
it just never happens fast enough, does it?
Don't you worry about that. We are definitely there. There are things that are literally just a matter of time, and we're just trying to survive until time.
Look, wow. It's like trying to give herself some air. I mean, she is sweating hard because she's realizing right now, like this all might come crashing down one day soon, and we have nothing in back. Like they say they're working on things, but rest assured, they're not working on a goddamn thing. Aaron, do you think Aaron works on anything besides fucking looking at Twitter and what's trending on YouTube and TikTok videos to bring to this dog shit, whatever the fuck show it is that he's got to do? They don't do anything outside of this. So to think that they have something else lined up or about to have something, like the Compound Media thing, that's not happening anymore. What happened to Compound Media? Even if it was, like, you guys weren't getting paid, so that fucking fell through. What else you got? This imaginary radio gig that you were going to do a couple months ago, whatever happened to that? That was supposed to happen by Labor Day. We're almost a month out. In 2 weeks, but a little less than a month. But you get my point. So, I mean, they're really feeling this right now. And I'm basking in all of it. This is great.
It's so hard. It's so hard knowing there's an answer. It's just you don't know when. Really.
Yeah, that's really
like there's
all
an
it
answer.
is.
There really is.
You guys, it's called filling out a job application. That's the answer. That's the answer. And again, this is stuff that doesn't need to be discussed on a show. This is stuff that doesn't need to be discussed on a show for your audience to hear. Because essentially what you're doing is guilt tripping your audience into thinking that, you know, you guys are like fending for yourselves and might not be able to eat tomorrow. It's like, that's not our fucking problem. That's not our problem. That's your problem. Stop making it our problem.
You guys will be rewarded for this generosity.
Okay, so let's hold them to that. We're going to be rewarded for this generosity by what? Doing an extra fucking 5 minutes on fucking Lauren Boebert? You know what I mean? What's the reward?
That's for sure. So now we're down to 140 for tomorrow.
Man, I know even $5 isn't easy for people to give, or a membership, and then you see people throwing in all that plus like 130s and stuff.
Bigot on Socialist Media was $7. Thank you, pal.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
So now she's got her arms crossed in a self-soothing attempt to just kind of numb the pain. Let me just cross the arms. Why do these people cross their arms so fucking much? Must be something in the water in Minnesota. Like, I never cross my arms, ever. Like, I'm trying to think, like, when there's a time, like, it's like, I don't cross my arms. You shouldn't be crossing your arms. Like, why, why? Why are you doing it so much? It's funny. Let's see. I think they pay a news compilation company for headline stories. They don't, Robinson, 843. They don't. Like, literally, they go on r/cringe. They go on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and just what's trending. Because look at all their stories. I wanted to play this game a couple weeks ago, months ago maybe now at this point, but this game where we could guess what Steel Toe's show was going to be like their next show. So for instance, let's just look on Twitter, and if, we could probably tell by the headlines what they're going to do. So Howard Stern's trending on Twitter about being sued, apparently. So don't be shocked if that's in their show tonight. Well, actually, you might be right on that. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you might be right. Either way, it's dog shit. Let's see. She soothes. Answer is OnlyFans, says Rain. Couldn't be, more right on that one. We've said that for months. It's like, just start the OnlyFans now. I mean, you know how much money she would make? What could the answer possibly be? Right. Chris Mack says it's defensive body language. Exactly. All right, so let's. There's maybe 30 seconds on this, and then we're gonna move on to this Chad stuff.
That over on Rumble, he's a golden whale, as well. Mad Joe says, "Wow, I think YouTube is based, or the chat crashed again." What? Chat crashed.
You see the chat.
Holy shit. Well, thank you guys very much. That's very humbling. You know what? This has been, before anyone thinks this is something new, I always remind myself of this too. We had these moments on Twitch where we were like,
did we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess pushing hype trains and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Remember when I was like, we
know.
didn't even cross a level 3 today? Fuck me.
I
this and
remember that, but like, there was at least stimulus money to be tossed around back then, which
Wow.
ironically is now why we're in this predicament.
That's what makes you feel shitty about the begging.
Steel Toe Morning Show, a show that takes your stimulus money. And now this is like a sick fucking cope that he's doing. Like, he's like, yeah, we just fucking had to beg and make ourselves look like complete and utter fucking assholes in the last 5 minutes. But I just have to remember back when we were doing this on Twitch, and it's all going to work itself out. It's like, you're not working yourself out. There's nothing in line. I'm eating McDonald's today, you fucking pieces of shit. Go fuck yourselves. Your show stinks. You're coping every which direction. You know? It's like, how did Twitch work out for you, ultimately? You got banned off that platform, and you're one strike away from getting banned off YouTube. Things aren't going well for Steel Toe.
Now is you're like, you know, people are going through
that
it.
makes me feel extra bad now.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, we watch our money a lot tighter than we used to.
Yeah, so don't worry. We're like I said, we're working hard for you guys to figure something out. Because, like we said, we're not blind. We're not stupid.
No,
we understand this isn't sustainable, and we'll.
Thank you. I do feel humbled.
If we can survive through all this other shit we've been through, we can certainly survive the lean times.
All right, so let's hold them accountable, because he says that there's something going to be coming. They're going to be working in something to kind of compensate for this whole goal thing. I don't know. I doubt that it's ever going to happen, but we'll see. So yeah, that's Steel Toe. Trouble in paradise, as we like to call it. The clock is ticking for that divorce. We will be keeping our eyes on Steel Toe and bringing them to you when we see fit. Let's do this Chad stuff, and I got this Ray stuff I want to do before MLC. Egg Picker says, you don't grow on second strike. It shadow bans you. He's too dumb to figure that out. Right. Josie says, we watch our money as April starts to get her nails did. Right. Yeah, right. Every time you look at April, she always has her fucking nails done. Truly remarkable. It's like, you know, there's ways to really, like, watch your money if you really want to watch your money. Stop fucking eating out every day. Do you think April or Aaron cooks, like, every night? No. They probably order out, I'd venture to guess, 5-6 times a week. And they maybe cook, like, pasta for another night. I look at the leaks from April's OnlyFans, says XMM. At least you're honest about it. Muta Growl. They are begging because of stimulus money. Are they having to pay it back? Crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's over fucking almost 4 years ago now. Josie says, they got stimmy money. What the fuck? They really did just hand those out to anyone. No check or balances. Yeah. Wild shit. Daytwa says, she makes TOT skewers. It's been confirmed. She makes tot skewers. It's been confirmed. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. She can't cook, you know? Neither could he, but... all right, so I want to go into this Chad stuff. Mondays, I want to start with Mondays with Mazer, and then I'm going to play his response to my little chat message that I had, which was pretty good. I want to do this Ray stuff, and if we have time, Keanu C. Thompson is pretty displeased with Win by 2 these days and has something to say. If we have time, we'll do that. All right, let's jump into Mondays with Mazer, Tony, and Chad. This is the clown show that the thumbnail is based around. Total disaster, total dumpster fire, lots of copes, lots of seeds. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Mondays with Mazer, Chad, Tony, take it away.
We're doing it. Hey, everybody, it's Mondays with Mazer.
And immediately off the bat, watch Tony.
We're doing it. Hey.
It's like, let's just play.
Everybody, it's Mondays with Mazer. It's the Z-Man, the Mud Shark, the Has-Been Baller.
Tony's like freaking out.
The Lawson's Chip Dip consumer, coming live and direct from Tampa, Florida. Joining me is the man, the show's named after, Mondays with Mazer. Tony Mazer. Yay! Yay! We're doing it. Can you hear me? Tony. You got to be shitting me. Are you serious? This can't be happening.
5 times. 5 straight times they've tried to do Mondays with Mazer. And I said this last week, but it's like, you know, after a while, when are we going to start looking at Tony Mazer as the problem? You know, I'm not saying Chad is a great fucking podcaster, because he's not. He's the farthest thing from it. But when Chad does his solo shows, everything works fine. It's only when Mazer comes on, things go fucking haywire. This is the 5th week in a row that they can't hear each other.
Oh my God. As soon as we go, this is the 3rd week in a row that's happened. Wow, something's going on. Like, because I'll bring Tony on to StreamYard, and we're talking, and then I play the intro, and then he can't hear me. So I don't know if it's because we are live. I don't know, but we are doing it, Bill, from Jersey. Hit that like button. What a fucking shit show. We got to figure something out with the StreamYard. This StreamYard's out of fucking control. It's giving me big time issues. All right, here comes Tony again.
Yeah, this is the second time in the last 2 weeks where I hear the intro and then all of a sudden you're about to talk and I can't hear anything. It just cuts out of audio.
Maybe I just won't do an intro anymore.
I fucking hate StreamYard. I can't stand it. I know everybody does it, but it's given me nothing but fucking problems. I'm so tired of it.
Wow.
So here I am.
It's like, go file a complaint to HR, Tony. Nobody cares about whether or not you have a problem or not with StreamYard.
Doing it.
You're definitely doing it. I've never seen
I'm
you
not
as
doing well. Someone's not doing well over here.
Someone's not doing well. I wonder
By the
if
way,
it's
happy birthday, Earl Skakel. I'm wearing my LA.
Damn it, Matt, you know better.
all right.
God damn it, Matt, you know better.
Again, that's Chad's nervous tick. When he plays that sound drop, that's a nervous tick in his head, and he's just trying to fill up the awkwardness that's happening in the moment.
Happy birthday, Earl Skakel, everybody. It's Earl Skakel Day here on Mondays with Mazer. So if you guys can take the time and give Earl a tweet saying, hey, this is your day, buddy. This is your day. Luis J. Gomez. It's nice to see that captain back at the helm. Good to be back, everybody. Flew in yesterday. My flight wasn't going to leave until 9:30 tomorrow night or yesterday. And I'm just sitting in the comedy condo. I'm like, I got to go. So I spent $150 extra to leave earlier because I was just like, I can't be here any longer. I can't. I'm going to die.
So tell me about it. You were in Key West, one of our destinations.
Honk the Clown says, Chad needs to be neutered.
That's a fucking fact.
You're not wrong.
That I like going to. Usually once a year I go down there. How was it?
Well, it was my first time there. I know you've been there many of times and you've performed at the club that I was at. So I flew in Wednesday afternoon, got into the comedy condo, got ready for the show, went to the show. And then I texted Nick Swartzen.
So this is like the 3rd week in a row Chad has been mentioning Nick Swartzen. Again, like Chad in his brain, in his little peon brain of his, thinks that him and Nick Swartzen are BFFs. You know, they're going to ride off into the sunset. Maybe, Nick Swartzen, will be Chad's claim to fame. And he's holding out hope. That's not the problem. The problem is how much he's actually bringing him up. It's almost like this gay, infatuation with Nick Swartzen. I get it. Nick Swartzen was in Hollywood. He might have done a couple funny things, but he's overall, Nick Swartzen is whatever to me. He's whatever to me. He's not the funniest person fucking ever, Chad. And if anything, he's washed up. He's had his time. But the fact that you're mentioning him all this much, I mean, it's starting to get borderline fucking creepy.
Because he was just there the week prior. And he had told me that he was going to leave on Monday after his shows. And I go, hey, where's a good place to eat? And he texts me, he goes, yeah, come on over to this whatever the place was called. I forgot what it was called. And I go, okay, cool. I go, wait, right now you're still here?
Chad is like the worst storyteller of all time. So I texted Nick Swartzen, and he was telling me a good place to eat. So I texted him back. I said, okay, cool. And then he said, well, you should try. And then I said, well, it's like, you're Chad. Nobody needs to know this. Nobody needs to know the conversation you had with Nick Swartzen. You could have just said, even if you brought Nick Swartzen up, you could have been like, yeah, I texted Nick. He told me about this great place to eat. I went. It was good. Boom. That's it. But he's going to, draw out this story as if it's even interesting.
Here? He was still there. Like, he kept canceling his flight. So
that's the least surprising thing I've heard today.
Yeah.
And then hot take fucking wowzer by Tony Mazer. Now, Chad really goes to bat for Tony Mazer. Anytime I seen Dr. Chow was shitting on Mazer, and Chad got super fucking offended. I'd shit on Mazer, and Chad blew a gasket. But every time you watch Mazer, there's nothing interesting coming out of the guy's mouth. There's nothing funny coming out of his mouth. It's a bunch of just yes ending. He's much like Johnny Crutches in April M. Hole in a way. And he doesn't even pick his spots, like as a co-host. He's not a good co-host, and he's not a good host. We've listened to the Check Your Brain podcast on this show before, and it was horrible. All of it. Very, very bad. But Chad, time and time again, will go to bat for Tony. It's like, why? Why are you going to bat for somebody who stinks, quite frankly?
I mean, it was, and so I met up with him, and he's like the fucking mayor down there, not because he's a celebrity. It's just because everyone knows him, and he lived there for a year and a half. And, he every day would just go to different bars all day for a year and a half. And he also would tip bartenders. He tips every bartender $100 every time. Like, here's $100. So
somebody's doing well.
I met up with Nick, and then that morning we woke up, and it sounded like we went to sleep together. But
so this is still the same story from when he texted Nick about some place to eat. Now we're at the following day about, Chad waking up.
We went and got breakfast, and it was just game on that morning. I mean, Nick was so drunk that we walked into one tab.
Nick was this. Nick was that. Oh, did you hear what Nick said? I text Nick this weekend. Like, dude, it's really starting to sound like. Now, we called the whole Gino was, a little on the gay side. A couple months ago, came out that it actually was confirmed Gino was gay, right? That whole hashtag started and came and went. I'm almost willing to start the new trend, a new hashtag. Chad is actually a closeted homosexual, which is all fine and good again, if you have your sexual preferences, whatever. But don't hide it and don't mask it and don't lie when questioned about it. I mean, Chad is super infatuated about Nick Swartzen, like, again, to an uncomfortable level. And you can't tell me you haven't thought, like, Nick Swartzen was, the manliest of men, right? Like, he gives me swinging from both sides vibes, if you guys catch my drift. Nick Swartzen is an animal. Swartzen is confirmed gay. Right. All right. So there it is. From Dr. Chow's mouth. Nick Swartzen confirmed gay. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know that, but if that is true, and him and Chad are powwowing around Key West, and what's funny too, because Nick Swartzen, like 3 weeks ago, was supposed to do 2 nights in this area that Chad lives, in Tampa, I believe. And if you guys remember, we were watching a show of Chad, and Chad was saying, like, Nick actually might stay. So something tells me that they actually hit it off. So much so, it started with just talking. They got a few drinks. One thing led to another. All of a sudden, some weird shit was going on. Cocaine was involved. Oh, this is all alleged, of course. Cocaine got involved. They started smoking crack. And before you know it, Chad has Nick Swartzen's tongue down his throat. This is the vibe that I'm getting from all this. This is the vibe I'm getting from all this. I could be way off. I probably am. But we weren't wrong about Gino. So I'll just kind of leave it there. Let's keep watching, though. Dr. Chow, you will be at Skankfest next week, and asked Chris Mack. Hopefully Kevin doesn't go early today. Yeah, even if he does, we might pop in and see what's up with MLC. Let's keep watching.
Or we walked into one bar. He got us 2 double Tito's and soda. And he's like, dude, you got to try these corn dogs. They're fucking amazing. I go, okay, I'll try corn dogs. So he gets us corn dogs.
Yeah, you can try my corn dog if you know what I mean. It's like, all right, yeah. Just pop it right in, Nick.
Dogs.
Jesus.
And he gives the lady the credit card, and he like leaves her $100, and he just leaves, walks out. Didn't take one sip. Didn't eat his corn dogs. He just picked up the tab and left. It was just
do you
out
remember what place this was?
Yeah, it was called. Hold on. Yeah, let me give him a shout out.
Was it Blue Heaven?
It was not Blue Heaven.
Was it Blue Heaven?
Breakfast place. We went there with Florentine.
Oh, did you now? Oh, so okay. So Chad's now this is actually what's happening here. Chad's old boyfriend, Jim Florentine, Chad's done with him and is attached to Nick Swartzen. So Tony Mazur is now playing the Florentine card, trying to get Chad all jealous as he takes a big old fucking gulp from this, whatever the fuck this is. Every time you tune into a Tony Mazur fucking anything, he's always drinking the most insane, like Airhead Extreme, Four Loko. You know what I mean? Like he's always got the most, like I've never seen this drink on the market, ever. Pretty wild stuff. But, so Tony brings up Jim Florentine. Pretty interesting.
Mary Ellen's.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Mary Ellen's was the place, and the place we went and got breakfast was
So what do you think the chances are Chad's at, like these are the actual places Chad was at in Key West? Or do you think that Chad actually just Googled spots to have breakfast in Key West and is like looking at that list right now?
La Tida.
I've heard of it. I've never been there, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. But yeah, the shows were great. I guess it's the off season, so it wasn't that well attended compared to Nick's shows, but
so the shows were great, but there wasn't really much in attendance. There wasn't really people there. So who's to say the shows were great? You? Of course you're going to say your show's great. Let's ask the people that were there if the shows were great. But we can't because there was no one there.
The people that did come out, they came out for the shows, and I caught one guy.
So listen
one
to
of
this.
These fucking WATP cunts.
WATP cuns, he says. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what a cun is. I've heard of the word cunt before, but not cun.
Recording my set, and I fucking snagged his phone. It was great.
So Chad found somebody in the audience recording his set, and that's a no-no in a comic's mind. Fuck you if you think you're recording my set, if you're a comic. Well, guess what? Win by 2 record sets. So Chad, don't ever, and I think Chad is going to be in Philly soon. So when he's in Philly, I'm going to Chad Zumach's show, and I'm recording everything. And that has to be amateur hour. How do you get caught recording a set? And this guy that he's going to describe here wasn't even recording it on video. He was recording it just audio. So it's like there should be no reason why you got caught here. It's a rookie mistake. But look how worked up Chad gets. This is amazing.
Great. How did you know it was who are these podcasts? Crony.
Well, because they're always by themselves. So that's a red flag when they're sitting by themselves.
So if anyone's sitting by themselves at a comedy show, you're automatically a WATP crony. Got it.
And he was over to the side, and I saw him just sitting there by himself, like in the dark, and his phone was out on the table. And then at one point, like it was either a text message or something, the phone was glowing, and I saw it, the recording going on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like what I saw. I mean, everybody knows what it looks like, but still, just to give you guys a reference.
So now this is their podcast.
Sorry, this is brilliant podcasting.
Terrible.
Well, you guys don't know what I don't have to do. Oh, here it is. Like, yeah, I just saw this.
Oh, so he's getting the audio. Okay, so he's not even just filming you.
Yeah, no, he's recording me. And I just, I don't draw attention to it. And I was doing some joke. I just walk. I literally just.
XMM says, LMAO, no, Chad clings to these more successful comics until they throw him away. Florentine Godfrey, now Swartzen. I mean, you might be right. I happen to, like to use my imagination and think that, him and Nick Swartzen are doing some weird shit. Chris says, Red Bar Spies are usually sitting alone and they are rad. Seems like he's lying. This is too involved of a story. Right, we're still in that same story, by the way. Wow, shaking like a lead or a leaf. Clubfoot Kodak Car says, Jesus, Dr. Chow. Teach down deep and throw a few shekels to creators, you cheap fuck. Oh, man, it's funny. All right, let's keep it moving. Chad and Mazer are on a roll here. Chad's letting us know about this story about him and Nick Swartz and his big Key West visit where he just admitted that nobody was really at his shows. The only people who were at his show was like one guy. Like, that there's not many people at a show if you saw one guy recording your set. There might have been like 5 people. It might have been like 5 people. So while Nick Swartzen's out crushing it, Chad's doing fucking little dive bars that Stoney's laughs at. For 5 people. And real quick, on command, look at that. Dr. Chow's gracing us with his presence. Dr. Chow, the magazine, says, for Clubfoot. Fair enough. Touche, Dr. Chow. Thank you for the $1.99. Let's get back into Chad. Shall we? Let's move that chat. You don't need to see all that. All right, here we go.
Walk over to where he's sitting and he just snagged his phone and ran on stage. And I go, you recording my set? And he's like, hey, bro, give me back a phone. I was like, no, you can't record the set. I go, security, throw him out. He's like, don't throw me out, man. He's like, I was just going to, I was just trying to have fun, man. He goes, come on, I listen to your podcast. Yeah. So I deleted it and I gave it to the owner. I go, give it to him when the show's over. And, he eventually got up and went and got his phone and they escorted him out. But
wait, was Tom Dustin in there or was he outside smoking like he normally is? I love you, Tom. I'm playing around.
Yeah. Tito's and
Chad, as I was going to call him Chode. That is a fitting name for Chad. So Chad walks up to this guy and he rips the phone out of his hand, this poor fucking guy's hand. This rule that these comics have that you can't record sets, it's like, why? Why not? Why can't we? Oh, because we're working on material for our special. It's like, I don't know about you guys, but Chad Zumock ain't doing no special anytime soon. What company is going to pick up Chad to do a special? And you know damn well he ain't got the money to do a fucking special himself, self-produced. Even if he did, it'd be the shittiest fucking thing ever. So like this weird rule, you can't record sets. That's a fucking no in the comedian world. It's like, guess what? I'm not a fucking comic. This is podcasting. This isn't comedy. I mean, you try to implement hints of comedy into the podcast, but this isn't a live stand-up set. This isn't comedy. We're podcasting. So if a podcaster comes out and tries to get content for their show, whatever it is, and the last I checked, this is America. This is a free country, home of the free, land of the brave, all that jazz, where people can do whatever they want. And a comic isn't going to tell me no. Comic isn't going to tell me, hey, you can't record. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put my phone right back in my pocket. I'm not going to record. Thanks, Chad. I'll listen to that next time. It's like, no, I'm going to record everything you do. If you're in my area, if you're into this vicinity, the tri-state area, you just might see Win by Do pop up with like 7 phones, all on tripods, recording your set. I mean, that's just what it is. We did Pottstown. We laid low for AC. We weren't flying out to Minnesota. But, Chad, next time you're in this area, I'm just warning you now, we will be filming your set. I mean, it's plain and simple. What are you going to do? You're going to fight me? You're going to take my phone? I got 6 more. Take my phone. I got 6 more and 10 other people filming. Take my phone. Go ahead. Fight me. What are you going to do? Nothing. We're going to film. And we're going to play it on the show, and we're going to laugh. You seem like the asshole trying to take away our fun. Or because you don't want to be seen doing bad comedy. See, it's like all an illusion. Like, yeah, I'm out performing comedy in Key West. Me and Nick Swartzen are doing a little bit of coke, and, it's all fun and good. There's people at the show. But if there's no footage from the show, how do we're supposed to take your word that it was a good show? You see what I'm saying? It's like, no, like, let me, or not even let me, I'm not even asking you. I'm telling you I'm going to record, and I'm going to prove, well, I don't know what I'm going to prove. There's nothing really to prove. The point is, we're going to record, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. Just try. Let's keep watching Mondays with Tony and Chad, reliving this insane Key West trip that he was just a part of. And then we got this Ray DeVito stuff coming up next. I can't wait.
Corn dogs equals explosive diarrhea. You ain't lying. No, I and I found out he was talking to one of the owners. I forgot what the guy's name was. Chris, was it?
Joe,
I don't remember. So yeah, he said, yeah, he says he was just he listens to you on podcasts. He wasn't trying to be malicious. I was like, yeah, all right. I don't know when this became a thing with everybody. I don't know why that's acceptable. Like, I know Carl from Rochester, Patrick Melton, who's supposed to be a comic, was like, they encourage, go record everyone's sets and stuff. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. So
yeah, we've done it too, but whatever, we'll do it again. Record everything. If you're ever at a comedy set, record. Press the record button and don't be afraid. Stand your ground, even when the most insane moment happens and they call you out for having your phone. Stand your ground. What are they going to do? They can't take your phone and break it. The worst they're going to do is tell you to delete the video and you got to leave. Fine. I didn't want to be here anyway. The only reason why I'm here is to record. And if you're telling me I can't, then, well, I'm out of here. Stand your ground. Stand it. Don't take no shit from these comics. They're not the people who make the rules.
So you're basically having the audience do your job for you. They're your producers. So you're not doing the work. You're making your audience do the work, right?
Well,
So
he's saying, all these people are telling people to record. The audience is doing the job. No, I mean, we do on the ground reporting here when things are local and I can get to them. So, Tony, you're wrong once again, Tony. You fucking pig squealing looking son of a bitch.
if your job is who are these podcasts and you're trying to go, and then it's like all in this universe, you're almost, I don't know if you're deliberately going out there and saying, hey, if wherever Chad's going to be, if he's going to be in Key West, he's going to be in Tampa, he's going to be here, make sure you record it, send it to me, and then we're going to say, guys, we got a juicy one. We got Chad live at Key West, and you wouldn't. Is that really what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, why is that? I mean, that's fun. To me, that's fun. It's new, it's fresh, it's no one else has that fucking video. That's a great fucking piece of content there, Tony. You're failing to see. Because you're in this mindset of you can't film comics, it's a no-no. It's like, yeah, well, it may be in your brain. But there's a reason why more people are recording sets and don't have a problem with this than, at an all-time high here. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, but a lot of it is also that, like, we're still like I still do comedy. I know a lot of these podcasters that were former comedians don't. So when you're trying to build new material and it's not right and you don't want it out there, and if I'm going to ever film a special, I just want want you to see it for the first time when it's done. So when they do that, you're fucking with us. I mean, when Louis C.K.'s audio of the Parkland shooter got released.
So now he's comparing himself to Louis C.K. It's like, Chad, you are nothing like Louis C.K. Stop. There's a difference between trying to record someone like Louis C.K. and trying to record Chad Zumock. There's a huge difference. I'd still record Louis C.K.'s shit, but I'd understand if, I got caught and they told me to piss off. It's It's like, all right, well, Louis, obviously, he's doing Madison Square Garden. He's got a special, multiple specials, Netflix specials. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Chad, like, what are you doing? Performing at fucking Key West dive bars? Pretty bizarre.
Fucking with us. I mean, when Louis C.K.'s audio of the Parkland shooter got released, everyone was up in arms. Even Kumi was just like, dude, he's still working on that, man. What are you guys doing? But when it's me, it's like, oh, it's hilarious.
Of course.
It is.
I mean, you don't do that. I mean, all these Gas Digital guys now are putting out specials. I know Dave Smith, Louis J. Gomez. Did anybody go at their set and go like, and also, why are you recording unless you're doing something malicious with it?
Yeah.
Why are you like, are you going to listen to it and listen back? I think the best case scenario is if you're recording something that could be a really good bit, and you can say, hey, I heard it when it was this bit, when it was all the way back in the day, it used to be this. But that's the only reason other than you're trying to put it out there, taking things out of context and getting people in trouble for it. Put your fucking phone away.
Just put it away. But yeah, it was great. I'm back. And I got to tell you, I've said it before, but I mean it this time. I'm going sober, baby.
Chad's going sober. It's like Chad doesn't even believe that, but he's got to say it. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, something weird and crazy happened during this Nick Swartzen meetup. I assure you.
Yeah, I've said it before, but I mean it this time. I'm going sober, baby.
That's what Key West does to you.
It's and I actually had it on the fucking calendar that I was going to clean it up. But after this weekend, at one point, I was drinking so much that I was like sober again. And I go, I can't be doing this. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, the going to Key West is just, it's a rite of passage, should just get shit-faced. I mean, you cannot be sober down there.
Why can't you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've been to Key West, walked out completely sober as a fucking judge. So a weird, insane little fucking cope there, but okay.
Easy. I mean, it's just, there's really nothing going on. And it's just, I don't know, but it was great. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. And what about you? Somebody else was doing stand-up this weekend, right?
Yep, I was there at opening for Carlos Mencia. And as you guys know...
Wow, Tony opening up for the joke thief himself. Now, this is the part I wanted to get to. They're going to somehow, if my memory serves me correct here, describe to you how joke thievery isn't all that bad. All right, pretty interesting. Let's hear him talk about it.
Especially you, Chad, that Carlos does long sets.
Oh, yeah.
Long sets. Now, he was very short in his second show. It was only 2 hours and 6 minutes.
What?
2 hours and 6 minutes on stage.
What the fuck, dude? Like, you're literally holding the audience hostage doing that. That's like, I did 55 minutes each night, and I swear to God, they said, how long do you want me to do? They're like 55 to an hour. I'm like, I'm doing 54. Like, I can't wait to get off stage. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't.
No, some of those guys were raised in that generation, like Chappelle and them. They love being on stage. I can't even imagine that. I mean, now here's what I'll say about Carlos. He does captivate people. It's not one of those cases of being at the Comedy Store where it's comedy all night and you kind of come and go as you please. He does captivate people. They still listen to every word he says. It's just a lot of words. It's a lot of impressions. It's a lot of cadence. It's a lot of that. I personally had no issue with Carlos in the past. I know there's all the, he's stealing jokes. He's doing this, this, and this. I'm like, for me, he was never my favorite comedian, but it's cool to get to know him a little bit and
listen to this shit.
Work with him. The only issue is there's 2 shows and he's never knows how to finish a show. So after the first one, he doesn't like being lighted. Well, there's a line of people out the door for the second show that need to get into the first show, but the first show is still going on. And when the owner of the club and his road manager are waving flashlights going, get the fuck off stage.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how, he doesn't want to come off.
That's a dick move.
I mean, look, we've been around comics. We've been around some who like doing over an hour.
It's such an inconsiderate dick move on every, I don't care who you are, because there's so many people at play in this. You got a staff that's trying to fucking, flip the room. You got people waiting to get into the show. They got sitters, they got there early, and they got to wait now. And it's such a dick move to everybody involved.
Yeah. He was, I will say, was very vulnerable, and he was showing off his vulnerabilities on stage. Towards the end, he almost did kind of a Q&A session for a little bit. And of course, everyone has to go, fuck Joe Rogan. And he says, no, don't say fuck Joe Rogan. But he has.
That's something I say usually on a daily basis. Hey, wake up in the morning, fuck Joe Rogan! It's something I usually chant. I find myself saying, so these people sound like my kind of people.
Fuck Joe Rogan. And he says,
I need that as a clip.
Don't say fuck Joe Rogan. But he has to say it at this point. He kind of has to. I mean, he was he told a story that there was somebody who was a producer for That 70s Show that wanted Carlos to be a part of something. And he said that, no, don't include Carlos in this.
Just get to the fucking point, Tony.
He had all this stuff. And he said the guy called Carlos recently and said, I want to clear my conscience. I fucked you out of like millions of dollars over this. And so he's like, so you're calling me to say that you screwed me out of so many millions of dollars over because of Joe Rogan from 2005, 2006. He's like, I'll forgive you, but I'm pissed. And I kind of felt bad for the guy a little bit, but to be honest, and I said this on my podcast, patreon.com/.
Yeah, no one listens to your podcast, Tony.
Do people really care about joke stealing
anymore? All right, so this is it. Do people really care about joke stealing anymore? It's like, you guys are willing to kick out people for filming your sets, but what you're about to say here is you're fine with people stealing jokes? I mean, where's the logic in that?
Other than if you're Tony Mazer, do people really care about joke stealing anymore? Other than if you're a comedy fan or a comedian, I think most people just don't really care about.
And Chad's not even listening. He's off in his own little world, probably a little drunk, glasses fogged. So yeah, he was probably doing a little bit of afternoon light drinking, getting ready for his big snipe stream that went absolutely nowhere. His snipe stream is just, I mean, god awful, dude. It's like, just give up. Give up. The MLC fucking snipe, it's done. It's done. The fire is gone. It's put out. Nobody cares about you covering MLC anymore and adding zero context. But, I mean, I just thought this was completely ass backwards. How can you say you have a problem with someone filming your set, but if someone steals your joke, well, I don't even care about that anymore. I mean, pretty fucking bizarre logic there.
I think as long as you're funny.
I mean, I do expect nothing less from Tony Mazer, though. I mean, look what this guy's podcasting with, a Goodyear blimp behind him that's hanging from, I guess, his curtain hook. Or no, that's a fucking power outlet. So he's got his Goodyear blimp hanging on a power outlet. It's probably thumbtacked in. I mean, just ditch the Goodyear blimp, Tony. Like, do you work for Goodyear? Do you have a sponsorship deal with Goodyear? What is with the Goodyear blimp? Is there a backstory with Goodyear blimp? Or did you just think it was a cool little prop that you had to add into your podcast? Now, remember, both of these guys, both of them have said in time, soon, much like Aaron Emholt, by the way, they will be having, delivering us new studio. Tony, we gave till December 1st. Chad, on the other hand, I mean, we'll give him till fucking next year, and I guarantee the studio will still be the same. Pretty wild stuff. Just be yourself in Key West, Chadley, says Anne-Marie. Sanvi says, boom! XMM says, that's an outlet for a window. AC unit that isn't there. All right, so yeah. Tony has apparently, according to XMM, a power outlet for an AC unit that's not there. Yeah, I guess after second look, that is what we're looking at. And Tony has this Goodyear blimp wrapped around like a fucking, I mean, how tacky and just horrible product placement there. It's a Goodyear blimp better be paying you some sort of money if you're podcasting in front of a Goodyear blimp. I mean, at least Chad, I guess that's where he gets it from. Chad, has all these random props behind him. Restricted area. No soliciting. So Tony's like, yeah, I'm not going to go steal a sign like this, but I'll put up a Goodyear blimp. Like, that's, so fucking hacky, dude.
You fucking hack.
Let's watch the rest of this, and I want to do Chad's call out to us, and then we'll do a little Ray for the time remaining.
Care where the humor comes from, right?
I care.
I care too. But I'm saying, like, the normal, the people who come to comedy shows, or somebody who's just like some random, like, hey, I remember Carlos Mencia was on Comedy Central one time. Do you really care where that material comes from? And kind of like, or when people steal memes, they crop out who it is, and then they repost them on Instagram. Are you really looking at a meme going, that's funny, but who came up with this? I'm going to go search out who's the person who actually tweeted this. No, you're going to be like, that's kind of funny. I'll send this to my brother. So I think we make such a big deal about the minutia of comedy. It's in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make that whole hell of a difference.
This guy Thrillbio, he's a member. Open up your membership.
And Chad just completely disregards everything Tony just said, which is pretty, like, Chad being what he says, a stand-up comic. I say those words loosely, but for Chad being a stand-up comic and Tony just making the claim that joke stealing isn't really that big of a deal anymore, you would think there would be some sort of debate there. There's absolutely nothing. Chad's bread is, in fact, hollow. Like, I actually think that there's not a brain in between those eyes, because he just disregards what Tony just said and reads this guy, Thrillbo Saggins, chat that's not even a super chat. It's not a membership. It's not anything. It's meaningless.
Hell of a difference.
This guy Thrillbio, he's a member. Open up your membership tabs, guys. You don't know who's going to come around and make it rain.
So just another sick fucking little call out to David fucking Chandler. This shit's got to stop, man. Everybody and their mother, Steel Toe's audience, Steel Toe, Chad, Patrick, Ray DeVito. Every time you turn around, B. Dabbler, Cardiff, OJ, everybody and their mother have their fucking hands out to David Chandler. And if that wasn't the problem, them catcalling this guy to please support our channel. Please open up your memberships, because you never know who's going to come around. Wink, wink, nod, nod. David Chandler, where are you? I'm struggling here. By the way, this podcast made a resounding $6.72.
If I could be a Jew right now, I would be a Jew.
That's a true story. Let's watch maybe like another 30 seconds. We'll move on to Chad calling Win by 2 out.
Chad, what's the longest anyone made you wait to get on stage? I'll tell you the longest.
Tony's like looking at his nails here. But this is, Chad, you have no one to blame but yourself for Tony looking at his nails. Because Tony talks and Tony tries, very rarely, but he tries when he does, to add some topic and topical conversation to this podcast, because, God forbid, if you were left to do it, there'd be fucking silence for an hour. So he tries, but he reciprocates the energy that Chad dishes out to Tony. Chad doesn't listen, so now Tony's not listening. Now Tony is looking at his nails. Now what we're watching is Tony Mazer look at the dirt from beneath his fingernails. How do you think we feel as a viewer? Toucan Sam coming in for the 99 cents. We appreciate that, Toucan. Thank you. Where's it at? Let me put it up on the screen real quick. Give your due diligence. Hack vs. Anonymous. Tony is a front wiper. Probably even a back. Definitely not a front. Thank you, Toucan, for that. Pathetic, says Yuchi. Hack vs. Anonymous says, boom! Not wider than Patrick Melton, says San V. Anne-Marie says, yes, Florentine is fire. All right, let's go to this clip of Chad calling out Win by 2 before we get to this Ray stuff, because I want to get to this before MLC. I feel like it would be a great setup here. Let's check this out. So you can see this podcast was moving along here. Let's go to camera 2. Guys in the back, please switch it up to camera 2. Thank you. We appreciate that. You guys will get bonuses at the end of the night. So we're about 40 minutes into this podcast of Kumia's Cucks. It's, stale as usual. So I decided, I was like, I don't really want to super chat. But I clicked open the little money sign here that's on live chats, where you can super chat, gift a member, become a member, all that. And I've been a member for 4 months because some of Chad's best work, when I say best work, I mean the most cringy shit that he does, is all paywalled. Everything's paywalled. So you have to become a member. Otherwise, you won't get some of these clips. These are great clips. But I realized that I could put a message. So my message simply was, Chad was talking about his studio and how his studio is coming along great. Let me see if I can't go back a little bit talking about his studio.
Tonight
at the Steel Toe morning show. Well. And apparently it's not going well. And I do mean shit apocalypse where I don't have to fucking go to catch up. Thank God you guys send me the timestamp. Watching, really hammered at home. But anyways, long story boring, to quote the great Brent Ernst. I missed out. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't watching.
Go back a little bit.
Cleaning it up afterwards. But Key West there from the shows prior, from the week prior. And I just got fucking shit-faced. What up, Dominic Sin? How are you, buddy? All right. So, like I said, I was in Key West last week. Had a blast. It was a game changer in the sense that I was like, I gotta fucking. I met up with Nick Swartzen.
I mean, this is literally
Thursday.
This is literally like the fucking 10th podcast in a row Chad has brought up Nick Swartzen. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is unfucking believable.
At like 9 a.m., he was still there from the shows prior, from the week prior. And I just got fucking shit-faced. And the whole weekend, I've never been to Key West. And I already planned on, I'm cleaning it up afterwards. But Key West, literally, was cold water in the face. It sobered me up. Key West sobered me up. Because during the day.
What happened in Key West, Chad? What happened in Key West? I want to know so badly. I want to know what weird shit you and Nick Swartzen got into.
Drink. I could sleep from 5 to 8, do the show, go drink again. And it got to the point by Sunday, I was like, I'm never drinking again. I'm done. It's a wrap. I already planned on like, I'm done with this. But it really hammered it home. But anyways, long story boring, to quote the great Brent Ernst. I missed out. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't watching Kevin's show. I wasn't paying attention to Steel Toe.
Chad's one of these guys, like anytime he's not online podcasting or doing whatever, he always makes it seem that he's never watching what's going on. Right? He's always oblivious to what's going on. Doodle says it probably had to do with the sauna, BBC, and an oil can. I can't believe those are two real things that actually involve Chad. Hack vs. Anonymous says, Chad not drinking, LOL, right. Yeah, right. Unfucking believable, man. Like, who are you trying to fool? They all of entry-level boomer, blood sports, guys who say they do comedy, but nobody's ever seen it. Right. Crazy shit, man. Let's keep it watching here. So, yeah, Chad, I mean, I wanted him to kind of hit on the studio, but I don't know if he is on this clip or not, because that's what my comment pertained to. But essentially, my point is still that Chad, like, he's one of these guys where when he leaves and he's not online, he makes it seem like he could care less of what's happening on Twitter, YouTube. He's out living a life, right? Aaron Emholt uses the same excuse. When he's not doing a show and performing, quote-unquote performing for you guys, right? He's off Twitter, off YouTube, doesn't care about what happens online. He has a great life outside of this, right? Not a care in the world. He's out playing golf and disc frisbee and punching April a few times in the fucking face. Chad is the same way. Like, Chad has slowly, and even Melton to some extent too, these two have slowly kind of are starting, and even I'd say even go further than that. Like they've already started to become like Steel Toe. Like they're almost the same person. And I've noticed this back 3-4 months ago. And it's only gotten worse. The begging, the copes, the little lies, the soothing, the self-soothing, just everything that these guys do, it's almost Steel Toe-esque. So that would be something interesting to keep watching. Sam V says, so does Patrick Melton. He deserves the cans because if we throw the actual tomato, he'll just open his mouth and eat them like a hippo. You're not wrong, Sam V. You're not wrong. Blades watching Chad says, Chris for the $5. Let's go. We appreciate that, Chris. Thank you. Yes, we are watching Chad. Softcast should be showing up any minute. Yeah, Softcast is supposed to be doing this total BS interview. I think tonight. It was supposed to happen Monday, and then it got pushed back. And see, that's the funny thing. Softcast always gives me fucking shit and grief for pushing my show back like a half hour or two. But now we've been waiting on this total BS interview for fucking 3 days. Where's the interview, Soft? Where is it? What an eventful day, says Sam V. Every day is an eventful day, Sam V. All right, so let's keep watching. I don't think he's going to bring up a studio.
I wasn't paying attention to anything. So I had to catch up. Thank God you guys send me the timestamp clips where I don't have to fucking go through these shit podcasts. And I do mean shit podcast.
It's like, look at your podcast. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
So I checked in with Steel Toe just because, why not? What's he been up to? I haven't heard anything about him. No one's been talking about him. I checked in this morning on his numbers.
Chad is the epitome of deflecting and deflection. Like everything he says about everyone else is literally what he says about himself. Another thing Aaron Emholt does. They do the exact same thing. They have the exact same mannerisms. So when he's talking all this smack and shit about Steel Toe, he's really subconsciously saying it about himself.
They were low.
It's like, so are your numbers. Go on. What else?
And apparently it's not going well.
It's not going well for you either.
Morning show.
What else?
And again, as you know, I get all my news from the Steel Toe Reddit, boring Reddit. They're at 917 subscribers strong. Very close to the goal.
Now, this clip, in fact, was posted by Soft Weekly. This clip was posted by Soft Weekly. I'm not sure if you guys could see that, but that does say Soft Weekly. Do you think Chad is actually going to shout out Soft? He can't be bothered. Chad gets all his news. You heard him just say it. Gets all his news from Reddit, but refuses to shout anyone out.
Very close to the goal. And this is from about 15 hours ago. This was their morning show. So let's take a look at the struggles of Steel Toe.
I'm Aaron. April will be here in a little bit. I hate Monday evening shows. I hate starting off solo. I know they're good. I know they're solid, but when you got to...
He knows they're good. He knows they're solid. He just knows it. He knows it.
Morning show, and then you got...
Chad's big take. He knows it. It's like, that's literally what Aaron just said.
At the kids right after school, and then you do an evening show solo. Woo! That gets to be a long day.
Sounds like you don't have a life. You remember, we have a life outside this. You remember that? He was like, oh, no, we got,
It's funny. It's like literally the argument I'm using right now.
When these cameras go off, we got a life. We got a life to live.
But again, deflecting.
Sounds like this is your life. This is your life.
Taking
so
a Patrick Melton
that
bit
there.
We're going to do a goal tonight. We're going to get through Black Tuesday tomorrow. Tuesday's always the toughest day.
We should do a bet, an over-under, how long it takes to Chad. All right, here. We're going to put a poll in the chat real quick. Start a poll. How soon until Chad is back boozing? And we'll do less than a week, more than a week. Let's see what you guys say. Start a poll. That's like a pretty good thought exercise. How soon until Chad is back boozing? Less than a week or more than a week? 100% already to less than a week. That's funny. Let's keep this playing, though, because this is where Chad's going to call us out.
The African-American joke.
And then we're going to give away a VIP tomorrow, Wednesday night. We're going to do a VIP giveaway Wednesday night because I'm getting tired of goals. We're going to get that fixed up for you because you cannot keep asking people for so much money in an economy like this.
Wow. Holy shit. He's getting exhausted going for the goal. But Sharks, no one needs 9 hours of steel toe a day. Nobody asked for it.
So look, I come in, a big member chat. Chad, just admit it. There's no new studio coming. You're a bum. I thought I said you're a dud. But I put you're a bum. Funny stuff. Quick update on the poll. How soon until Chad is back drinking? We got a resounding... listen to this, Chad. This is how much faith people have in you not drinking anymore. But how soon until Chad stops drinking? We have a resounding 89% says less than a week. Only 11 say more than a week. So something to keep our eyes on. Not now 90%. Now it's 90-10, less than a week. So I put in the chat, when's that new studio coming? And he sees it, pauses.
Tommy McNulty's in the chat. I haven't seen him around in a while.
Watch.
Ray says when booking.
So he saw that chat come in live. And now he's reading another chat, acting like he didn't see it, and thinking of something in this moment in time to say in response.
A show, don't get caught up in whether or not the location pays you. Ask if they provide a room, beer, and snacks. I think that is his negotiating tactic.
Now watch, he sees it.
Do.
Watch. Hold on. We got to go mega zoom on this. He's deciphering in his mind right now whether or not to respond to me or just let it go. But I put it as a member chat so everybody sees it. It's in big green fucking letters. That's why I did it. Let's look at the brain of Chad Zumick.
Do. Oh, Win by 2 radio. You guys want so much attention, don't you, over at that little show?
I want attention. At least I didn't show up with a black eye on a podcast. I want attention. At least I don't throw chairs in hotel rooms. I want attention. Funny.
What's the matter? No one's watching. Oh, we need attention. We need attention at Win by 2 radio.
He was almost going to say steel toe. I mean, that's a slight. That's a slight. That hurts. If you call me steel toe, I'd probably just hang it up now.
Yo, in the paint, just like Andrew Schultz.
Just like Andrew Schultz. So now Chad thinks I ripped the name In the Paint off of Andrew Schultz's podcast Flagrant. Somehow in his dumb brain, he, equated a basketball reference to another basketball reference. It's, whoa, he must have fucking ripped it off from Andrew Schultz. Chad's reference points and references in general are just fucking dumb. And for this is a comic, mind you. This is a comic, right? Or so he says. Anyway, we're left to believe that Chad does comedy. I mean, he says it so much, if not to be the most insane fucking troll of all time. If Chad secretively never performed or did comedy. But he's a comic, and this is the best he has. Talking in this weird, I don't even know, like a retarded voice. I mean, is the best way to describe it. Just this weird voice, kind of doing the same comebacks that he's been doing for the past 7 months, saying the same sort of comebacks. I don't know about you guys, but comics are supposed to be like the sharp people that are able to roast you on the drop of a fucking hat. Chad can't his brain processing right now, it can't compute. So this is the best work from a comic. So if we could judge anything from this, take this and reference it to his comedy and imagine what his actual live comedy. And it makes sense why he doesn't want no one actually filming his live sets. Because, I mean, you'd get a lot of this shit.
I wear sunglasses and vape just like Red Bar.
Okay, it's like we heard that a million times.
And merch, I have zero originality.
And I'll keep vaping.
We need attention for our dumb little show.
It's like, that's
Weren't you the one asking me, hey, we should do a show in Atlantic City? Remember that?
So he thinks this is a big fucking own. Because, yeah, I did ask Chad. I said, Chad, me and you should you should get, you be in charge of the booking other comics, and I'll be in charge of a venue. I'll bring equipment. We'll go head-to-head with Kevin Brennan. That would be the ultimate way, because at the time, he was beefing with KB. I mean, they were going at it. It was like right when he got kicked off of MLC. And everybody was piling on Chad. I mean, we went through this many of times. But, I mean, Chad is so fucking stupid and retarded. He can't process this in his own brain. I asked you to do a show to stick it to Kevin Brennan, you fucking idiot. That's no other reason. There's no other explanation about it. It would have been a funny way to do a show and fucking give back to people who fucking support you. I mean, we went over this many of times. I mean, how are you that fucking out of shit and out of material where, like, you do the same... I mean, the first time Chad watched our podcast, he literally said these same exact things.
Like, we should do a show in Atlantic City.
Now he's getting all worked up.
I got the equipment, Mud Shark. now I'm
Mud
the
Shark.
enemy. Fine. Get in line. Get right in line behind Carl. Get in line behind Chris.
He said behind, by the way.
Get in line behind Gino. Get in line behind Kevin Brennan. Get behind Melton. You're last.
Why do you have to put me behind Melton? I don't want to be anywhere behind Melton. Imagine the farts that are blown out of that fucking dude's fucking ass. It would blow me backwards. Probably leave me grounded. And the smell, ugh. Oh, look at his face. He's probably drunk right here. I know I put the poll up, but he's probably drunk right here. We got 20 how soon until Chad is back boozing? 85% say more than a week. 15% say less than a week. Let's go to K McDuck for $5. We appreciate that, K. Thank you. Says John is nice. We try around here. Okay, we try. We just try to call it how it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Sam V, where's there a gift? Where's there a gift? It'll show up in the comments green, so you just click on it, and it'll ask you if you want to accept gifts. But you got to do that for each channel you watch. His pupils, says Z. Yeah, they're heavily dilated, but it's normal now. I mean, that's Chad's pupil. I mean, unless he's fucking getting high every day. I mean, something's up. Presley says, and this is the most fave account with hundreds of subs. Darn it. I don't know what that is referring to. If you stand behind Melton, it'll be 3 miles before you actually get to pass him. Wow, sick burn by Sam V. I like it. Let's keep it rocking, though, and then I want to do some of this race stuff.
In line. I got plenty of people to deal with. Mersh, I think he hates me. Who else? April. Get in line. If you don't like me, fine, good. Get behind Sketty Tooth. Get behind everybody. Form a line and start hating.
And it's not so much. See, people get this mixed up, man. It's not so much of hatred. We're not hating Chad. I don't hate Chad. That's why people always get this confused. Oh, all you do is hate watch. No, we don't hate watch anything. We watch people make asses and idiots out of themselves. We watch people cope, lie, soothe, self-soothe, so on and so forth. I don't need to stand in line with anybody. I don't hate Chad. I mean, do I hate the effort you put in? Yes, that's what I hate. I hate that you put in zero effort. You make $1,000 super chat off David Chandler, and probably I'd venture to guess $827 went into booze. And the rest went into like fucking, either Pizza Hut or Jimmy John's. So there's, you got to get this whole thing straight. Like, there's no hatred. There's no hatred. We just make fun of you. You're easy to make fun of. You make it easy. And I think that's the problem. I think Chad in his mind is a legend in his own mind because he was like a D2 college ball player, D3 probably. I don't know. You know, he performed stand-up comedy with a lot of fucking big-time names. He was around a lot of big-time names, and now he finds himself in this universe. And that has to take a fucking a blow to your ego, you know? This dude used to be on with like Artie Lang and fucking used to do radio in the morning and was a hot shot comic, was driving around company cars. And now he's at the mercy of another grown man super chatting so he can eat that month. If anything, I pity Chad. I would never want to be Chad Zumock. Ever. This is a miserable existence. I mean, now I see why you drink. And to that, I'd say keep going. Keep going. There's no reason to stop, Chad. Keep drinking. Drink more, actually. Dr. Child Mega G says, nah, he wasn't an athlete. Doesn't he brag about how he was like a D3 college fucking guard at Kent State? Or is that just a fucking bullshit lie too? And that's the other problem with Chad. It's like, that's all he does. That's all he is known for, is lying. Anyway, so let's continue.
Eating one at a time. You know what? Come at me all at once. I don't care. This isn't my first rodeo, son. I've been doing this since I was 18. Hit the like button.
Dick Fitzwell, I'm not claiming that. I thought that's what he said. I'm pretty sure I thought he said that. But if he didn't, then he didn't. I don't give a shit if Chad played basketball or not. But that's really where the clip concludes there, guys. So Chad pretty not happy with win by 2 and me making comments and critiques about his studio. That's never going to show up. Now, rest assured, again, we've heard about this studio probably since April. Probably since sometime in April, we've heard about Chad's new studio, and we've yet to see anything. Any signs of a new studio. The only thing he's got, like I said, we broke it down last week, and was $125 worth of equipment. Shitty equipment. So him and Mazer are supposedly building these studios, so we'll keep an eye on that for sure. All right, I want to get to this Ray stuff because it's too good not to not get to. I have nothing time-coded. I just know it's probably the last half hour. The wheels on this train come undone, and this train ultimately crashes off the tracks. Ray DeVito's on. Starts off with Stevie Lou, but then I think Deadfool comes in and leaves a crazy super chat. Kicks Stevie Lou. Oh, no, I'm sorry. David Chandler. Yeah, David Chandler came in and donated not one, not two, but $300 to Ray DeVito. Why? I'll never know. It's one of the many mysteries in this life. Donating that much money. I get it. If you're rich, that's fine. But really? I mean, I can't see the reason why. So maybe unless you just don't care about fucking money, then donate until the cows come home, I guess. But Stevie Lou was on, gets bounced by David Chandler. Elise Edwards then makes her way on, Miss Cockbreath herself. And this guy, Rex Seaver, this guy's a creep. Somebody who we might we have to probably pry into. That's a good thing about always revisiting these rock bottoms and steel toes and Chad Zumocks is they always leave you, Dr. Chow and Little Mirror, they always leave you with somebody where you're scratching your head and you're like, who the fuck is that guy? And what's his story? So Rex Seaver is the guy's name. This guy had a little thing for Ray here. Let's just watch a little bit of this, and then I think we're going to get out of here for the day. MLC starting with Ray on, and Ray is doing a big therapy session. I just want to watch a little bit of this. Let's check it out.
What's up? Yes, we are live. Yes, I'm live. Stevie Lou's coming in. We were having audio problems.
That's the other thing. They had audio problems the entire episode.
Here we go. What's up, buddy?
And Stevie's pissed.
Let's give it a shot. What do you say? Yeah, it's there.
How about you turn down your volume?
So, buddy, this is the problem that you're not understanding. I just proved to you that if you hit mute, the problem goes away. When you don't hit mute, the problem is occurring. So I'm sorry that I don't have a simpler way to describe the audio issue, but try it right now just so the folks at home can see. If you hit the mute button, it'll show up next to your name. If you hit mute, because watch, echo, 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 echo.
Did you guys hear an echo? Yeah, we should be fucking. This should.
And again, Ray, being just a bad listener that he is, listens to none of that, thinks Stevie is trying to pull a fast one on him, and clearly you guys could hear the echo at home. How Ray doesn't hear that while he's wearing these ginormous fucking headphones here is beyond me. It's like, what's the point of the headphones if you're not fucking mixing in live time what you're doing? If you can't hear that echo, then chances are those headphones are broke.
It should be already handled beforehand.
And Stevie's like holding his breath. I'm not the biggest Stevie Lou guy. But in this situation, like, I empathize with Stevie. I'm like, and Ray wanted me to come on his show many of times in the past, and thank God. I would have been subjected to this. I would have wanted to pull my fucking hair out.
Okay. All right. We're doing it. I don't hear an echo.
Good.
Chris Mack. No, Elise is joining us. Elise is joining us. So we're going to be here. Leo Guns here.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, Stevie was on MLC just like 3 hours before. So these guys have a revolving door of the same people doing the same show. It's in fact like pretty much the same exact show.
All right. Yeah, man. How are you? I just did a corporate show for a friend of mine, and it was dope. It was dope as hell. You know what's fucking great is, so I did a show, and like everyone's just like, oh my God, this guy's so humble. He's like they love me. It's like, oh my God, this guy's like so down to earth or whatever. And then I come to the Dabbleverse, and everyone's like, this guy's a piece of shit. He thinks he's a big deal.
It's like, Ray, you don't go to the Dabbleverse. It's not something you go to. The Dabbleverse comes to you. Funny stuff, though. He's like, yo, I do these live shows, and everyone loves me. They put me on their shoulders, and they chant how fucking funny I am. But I come to the Dabbleverse, and everyone shits on me.
But then, like, I do shows other places, and people are like, I can't believe how humble he is, and he's just a fucking down to earth guy. And then, like, you get the devil. This guy thinks he's a big fucking deal. Fuck him.
I don't think that's. I mean, maybe people have made that argument. The Dabbleverse, people think that Ray DeVito is a big deal. I don't think we've ever. I mean, at least for me, I'm not speaking for the whole Dabbleverse. I mean, I'm not speaking for the Dabbleverse at all, actually. But speaking for myself, I've never made that claim about Ray, and I've never really seen that claim about Ray. He thinks he's a big deal. Just think he's a little slower than most and gets caught in time loops that are hilarious. We're going to watch a few on this show. Let's keep it going.
So welcome, everybody. How are you guys? Yeah, maybe you turn down your volume, and then we'll be all right.
So another point that I wanted to bring up is that I just did 3 hours today with Kevin Brennan, and there was no echo.
So I wanted you
called
to
me
get your shit together.
Immediately. You frantically called me as soon as I was done. I noticed that, and you were like, "What'd you say about Gas Digital? What the fuck did you say about?" I was like, "Holy shit, Ray!"
No, I love you, Stevie. But
all right, so they're gonna get in a little argument there. Let's go until where Elise pops up and this guy Rex Seaver gets into the mix. This thing gets good, man. Holy shit.
Ma'am, or they, you know what? Anyway, right on. I think that's right on.
Beloved Chatter, who's one of my best friends. Ray, why do you hate fat women? Was your mom? No, my mom wasn't fat. My mom wasn't fat at all, and I don't.
Sebastian Macheko says, or Majeko, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, says Ray is the first AI bot or robot in beta version sent to the wild. You're not far off. Yeah, I've thought about that so much, like, especially when we first started watching Ray stuff. Just his mannerisms, like, they're unhuman. They're unhuman-like mannerisms. Like, he doesn't know how to interact with people. He's very socially awkward. And what else is socially awkward and doesn't know how to react to people and act and talk and, well, AI and robots. So you might be on to something.
I don't hate my mom. I love my mom. Again,
so this is the guy Rex Seaver here. This could be, like I said, Stevie Lou's, like, little brother or retarded uncle. I don't know. But this guy is going to give Ray, now mind you, this guy, I mean, just look, I mean, he does have a sneaky looking face. He's reading the chat the whole time. The chat is giving him prompts to do stuff. And this thing, really gets unhinged quickly. Elise Edwards is here. Looking just dastardly. But this is the Rock Bottom Podcast. This is the state of the Rock Bottom Podcast. And again, Ray just posted this today, which I'm very excited because he took it down off YouTube and it wasn't on his Patreon up until the show started, really. So let's see what he was trying to hide.
We'll hear this tomorrow at 4:00 on Kevin Brennan's podcast when there's a therapist on to talk to me. But no, I don't hate my mom. I hate that my mom allowed my sisters to look down on me. Like, that's the only thing that I have a problem with. Like, my mom didn't like me until I was like 15, but I don't like that my mom didn't make her kids like.
So I think another big Ray problem is that Ray thinks Elise and Rex have watched his past shows because he always talks about problems that are happening on other shows or in his life. And then when he brings it on the podcast, he just expects that everyone has seen that podcast. Like Elise and Rex, they have no idea this whole conversation that happened with Tracy Jane a week ago. They have no idea that even happened. And now you're bringing this up about your mom and your sister. So again, just another Ray DeVito time loop.
Have to be nice to each other. She was like, all right, they hate each other, whatever. Like, I don't like that. But I never hated my younger sister because I always looked out for my younger sister. Like, when people gave my younger sister shit, I looked out for my younger sister. But my older sister could give two shits about any of us. And it's like, so I'm more mad about that.
Ding. Did you hear that?
Was it because your mom didn't like men?
Yeah, everybody heard that, Elise.
That's true. She didn't like men. She liked my dad.
She's Eastern European.
No, she's from.
And that echo is, nuts. Nuts.
Oh, grandma's just sexist. It's not me. Like,
no, well, that's my mom didn't like men, but that's
So it took you a while for her to like you.
No, I have ADHD and I have an anxiety disorder. So yeah, it took me years to go play basketball for 8 hours a day to get all the anxiety and ADHD out. And then she realized oh, this is the only kid in my family that gets good grades, the only one that does anything. So it just took a while for her to like me, and then she loved me and realized oh, my kid's not an asshole. She'd see other kids in the neighborhood get arrested and shit, and oh wait, my kid's actually a fucking good dude. So, and then she loved me, and then she died of cancer right after that. But I don't like growing up. She didn't make my older sister look out for me and my younger sister. She let my older sister be.
Imagine your mom telling your sister to look out for your brother. I could have guessed that in Ray DeVito's fucking little family tree. His sister looks out for him. You're supposed to be the man of the house. You're supposed to look out for your sisters, not the other way around. But your mom has zero trust and zero confidence in you to do so. She asked your sister.
A piece of shit to us. That's what I don't like. I don't like that she let my older sister look down on us like we were pieces of shit. That's what that's what I don't like. So that's my only beef with my mom.
Do you think you really have ADHD and anxiety, or do you think you just have complex PTSD?
No, I have ADHD and I have anxiety disorder. Yeah, I have both of them.
You need to read some Gabor Mate.
Well, I know what helped me is that I think what happened is our parents.
He's like, I started jerking off in front of dudes and it all went away. I just started jerking off in front of all
on
these
Twitter
dudes.
though. That's where it really got real.
So yeah, this dude's whole thing is that he does lewd acts and jerks off on Twitter and posts it for the public to consume. Pretty sure he does an OnlyFans too. Pretty nutty stuff here. So it's going to get weird.
And not being oppressed, yes, that does help. But you realize it wasn't that your mom didn't like you. Your mom didn't like herself for having you and listening to society and not doing what she wanted. So it wasn't you. She was gaslighting you. That's what.
I don't know.
It's not about you. It's not personal. It's she was dealing with her own shit. So.
Well, I was talking to my aunt like just my Aunt Judy, who's in a bunch of my videos where I make jokes about my Aunt Judy, who's like one of the only family members that love me. Like growing up, it was my grandma, my dad's mom, that grandma, and then my Aunt Judy, who's my mom's sister, that were like the two people that fucking like loved me when I was growing up. And my Aunt Judy I was talking to her, and she's like, it turns out that their dad, because I was talking about my grandpa, who was he was not nice at all when I was growing up. He got Alzheimer's when I was like in college, and we'd go visit him in the home, and like he was nice to me. So people like say Alzheimer's not good, but like my grandfather forgot that he hated
It's like
me.
Alzheimer's is not good. It is never a good thing, no matter which kind of way you try to decipher it out. It's never having Alzheimer's is not a good thing.
But like talk to me. So my mom would cry that like my grandpa had Alzheimer's, and like I'm like, this is the nicest he's ever been. This guy has hated my guts my entire life, and now he's talking to me like we're best friends. He forgot he fucking hated me. But my Aunt Judy like let me know like no, he just hated men. He hated men. He hated.
You got to
my
reach
dad.
out to that Aunt Judy.
My mom picked that up from her dad, that she didn't like men because of him. And that's what my Aunt Judy says. Like my mom didn't like men because my grandfather didn't like men. And he just didn't like dudes. And I was a dude, and like I was his only fucking grandson, and he treated me like shit.
Now, do you think it's possible that Ray DeVito's grandfather and mother and sister and Aunt Judy and all these people hated dudes, or do you think it's possible that they just hated you and you were getting dudes and you confused? It just seems like you're the common denominator, right? You know, I hate to fucking even have to say that, but it seems to me like your parents just hated you. Grandparents hated you. Aunts, uncles, sisters, cousins hated you. And they blamed it on Alzheimer's. I mean, that's funny.
Shit, he hated my guts.
Do you think he didn't like men because he's overcompensating for hating himself for his own sexuality?
I have no idea, dude. I have no
He was
idea.
hating his homosexuality.
Because he had not found.
Now, look, Ray's getting very upset that sexual speak is making its way onto this show. He's getting very creeped out. It's almost borderline homophobic here for Ray. Homophobic.
Jerking off on Grindr
Yeah.
live on and simulcasting on Twitter.
He's not listening.
He did not. Yeah, if he saw Rhett jerking off on Twitter, he might have changed his mind about men. It's all Rhett's fault for like
because he
not
lived in a
jerking off
time
on
that was
Twitter.
oppressive. Yeah.
You know,
Whatever.
Rhett is a real life.
This chick Elise needs a better something. I mean, her microphone, I mean, is so fucking ear piercing right now. I can't even take much more.
Time that was oppressive. Yeah.
You know,
Whatever.
Rhett is a real life Kimmy Schmidt, so he found his way out of.
I mean, you couple that with the
Jimmy
echo. I
Schmidt
mean,
out of a
it's
dungeon.
really a hard
Schmidt.
listen.
Escape the
Kimmy
call.
Schmidt. He
Jimmy
escaped
Smith?
the
No, I want to
Christian-
go with Jimmy Smith. That's Eminem's character in 8 Mile.
Jimmy
Smith. Jimmy Smith ain't a quitter.
It's a Netflix show where she escapes a cult because I escaped the Mormons.
Yeah.
Netflix show where
Looks. Oh my god! I mean, this freeze frame really tells a million fucking stories. Check this shit out again.
Character in 8 Mile.
Jimmy
Smith. Jimmy Smith ain't a quitter.
it's a Netflix.
So Ray starts going off on this tangent about 8 Mile, Eminem's character in 8 Mile. He just starts rapping to himself and talking about Jimmy Smith. Elise is fed up. I mean, just look at the look on her face. Holy fuck. She's had enough of this. Ray's going to lick. There's a lick right there for Ray. So we have a lick here, a disinterested person here, and this gay fella here who jerks off on Twitter. I mean, this is like, you know, the who's who of the fucking Devil's Rejects.
She escapes a cult because I escaped the Mormons.
Yeah. Franklin Shepard. Ray only hates rude iWatch wearing gym ladies. Yeah, fuck
Who
that
is
lady.
this? Who do you?
Franklin
who is this
Shepard's
lady?
a good guy. No, she was a lady that
It's a
was at the
good
gym.
egg.
Jesus, Elise. Finally, all right. No, she was a lady that was at the gym. She's wearing an iWatch, and she was on the bike. I was on the bike, and I'm looking at the calories on the bike, and she was looking at the calories on her iWatch. And I just asked her, "Are they synced up?" And she acted like just me asking her that question, she acted like I was like trying to touch her boob or something. And she was like, what? Why are you talking to me? I'm like, anyways, are they the same? What's going on the iWatch is what's going on there. And she like was disturbed with me just asking her that question. And I didn't say anything to her, but I wanted to be like, I was like, listen, I just asked you about your fucking iWatch. I didn't ask to see like the tampon you just threw out in the garbage or something. Like,
That's a
fucking
joke
relax.
Ray has used multiple times in the past. The tampon joke. Again, I mean, these are, I mean, Ray's starting to just, his whole podcast is just starting to become one repetitive, almost just monologue now.
This is getting way worse. I'm hoping that it's going to get better after the way
No,
worse.
that's
But
it.
okay.
No, I didn't say that to her, but in my head, I really wanted to like
You should
give
have
her
just been
peace of mind.
super rude and like pretended like she didn't speak English. And you're like, I just want to know about your watch. You should have slowed it down all the way. So she would have at least thought you could just neg her, you know? It'd
What
be
if
great.
she would have?
I didn't care. I didn't care.
Would
Like
you have fucked her?
no, she was
Watch,
she
Ray
was a
gets-
decent looking lady, but no, the only reason why I kind of went at her.
Watch just like a
I
little
didn't
couple
go
more
at her,
minutes of this,
but
and then
I kind of
we're
wanted
getting
to,
out
but
of
I'm
here.
like, it's not worth it. I was like, this isn't worth it. Like, but I wanted to be like, what the fuck's your problem? But I didn't. I fucking backed off. Dennis Michaels, porn is free. We want puppets. Where's Tukey? I love Tukey. I had a great time with those guys in Detroit. Yeah, I was in Detroit with it. Did you see any of that, Elise? It's online, I guess. WATP? Elise doesn't like. She's too busy watching Rhett jerk off in front of dudes my age on Twitter.
Yeah.
No, I'm too busy living life and then also watching Matt Rife and his friends search for ghosts in haunted places. That's literally
Ray,
what
we
I've been
just
doing
paid.
recently.
Completely ignores her and keeps it moving to this next super chat. I mean, truly remarkable. It's really amazing how people still do Ray's show.
For ghosts in haunted places. That's literally
Ray,
what
we
I've been
just
doing
paid.
recently.
I mean, just completely cuts her off.
Slash your tires. Well, thanks, Detroit Parking Authority.
Detroit. Who is Detroit Parking Authority? Do we know Detroit Parking Authority?
He's the
I'm a
authority
fan.
on parking in Detroit.
I'm into it. Did you scoop this person while you were in the 313 or no? That being Detroit, in case you didn't know, Ray. Just making sure.
He was in our podcast too, Elise.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's what I'm saying. Hi, Detroit Parking.
Hi, Detroit. Hi, Detroit Parking. Hi, Detroit Parking's
My
lawyers.
mom's from
I mean, you guys have to understand, I could be literally pausing this every 3 seconds. I'm just letting the clip speak for itself. I mean, I feel like there's no need for commentary on this. I mean, this is truly amazing, this watch.
Detroit. By the way, it's my mom's birthday. Ray, can you tell my mother happy birthday right now?
Happy birthday, Elisa's mom. You want to see Rhett jerk off? Here it is, Diane. Here's a little story about Rhett and Diane.
Good one.
Living in the.
That's a good point. Soft Weekly Make says, who puts a microwave on top of their refrigerator? I mean, that's a good point. I mean, we could deep dive this guy, I mean, all the live long day, really, but I mean, there wouldn't be enough time in the day. We're going to have to look into him at another time. Rex Seaver. Look him up. He's on Twitter. Here, we'll check his Twitter right after this. Actually, we'll check his Twitter now, actually. Let's check Rex C. I mean, I'm kind of nervous. We'll put a pin in that, too. It gets crazy. Or we might come back to it. I don't know. I'm undecided right now. Probably up against it. I know MLC's on. I do want to watch some of that, so we might tune into that instead. Go back to that on the next show, that podcast. Rex Seaver is his name, huh? Seaver. Let's try to find Rex Seaver. Rex with 3 X's. All right, I think that's it. This guy is nuts. He has a different Twitter name. And rate it and link it. Fuck, I think they plug it at the end, but I don't want to skip ahead. Let me see. All right, so they actually have a therapist on for Ray. I want to tune into this because I wanted to watch some of it, and then we might jump back into that. This is MLC Live.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right, fuck you guys. I hate bombing in front of.
Ray, you're not doing your act. Ray, this
I
is
know, but it's a joke about my real life, Kevin.
yeah, but this is incredible. It's like first of all,
So
I mean,
already
he's
melting
trying to
down.
help you, and it's like,
Yeah.
have you ever been to therapy before, Ray?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Yeah, I have. I had one good therapist, but he fell down and retired.
They'll do that. Yeah.
The other.
Hey, yeah. Speaking of that, Patty, remember? Did you watch an episode where Patty was talking about her therapist kissed her on the mouth twice?
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Mine did that too, though.
Well, we got to get Patty on. We got to get Patty on one time with you. It's going to be incredible. It's like Patty's trauma. Like, I know Ray's had a lot of trauma. Patty's trauma is just, I mean, she still laughs about it, but it's mind-boggling. Like every story just is like, is so cringe. You can't even, you just think they're made up, you know?
I can't believe that a therapist would even want to do that, let alone, get away with doing it and not lose their license immediately.
Well, my therapist kissed me on the mouth too. He was pretty cool.
Come on, Ray.
Wow. So Ray,
let's try to keep it serious.
Ray tried to work in that joke for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, as we're doing therapy on a comedy show. Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah,
serious.
it's true.
It's like fucking Dr. Katz, but in real life.
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
doctor, would you? I wouldn't have pegged Ray as a loner type. He seems like much more like he likes to be around people. He doesn't really have. Seems like he has a lot of close friends, but he seems to be a social kind of a person.
So it's interesting. There's a and we can get into kind of the like diving deep into all this. Ray, I have to say you motivated me. I must have read 40 or 50 studies and papers and reviews over the weekend, kind of just getting ready to talk to you today. And there's certainly some really
that's more attention than my parents gave me.
But yeah, there's quite a lot in terms of how to explain some of this. But certainly, I didn't want to make too many assumptions because, like Kevin said, I love the show. Certainly, listen to it quite often, but didn't want to make any big assumptions. So had a bunch of questions to ask. But that I wanted to get back to that question about these relationships in terms of both kind of romantic and friendship in college.
This
and
should
kind
be
of as
good.
you get out of the house, especially because I guess you're at Bowling Green and you're out of the house. How would you describe them when you were in college?
Let's see. Well, I think Kevin knows my first girlfriend, that relationship ended. She dumped me for not.
Why
having
would Ray
sex
see?
with her.
And this is the problem.
Yeah, isn't that interesting, doctor?
Why would Ray say okay to this? And then he wonders why everyone just like fucking makes fun of him and shits on him. It's like, dude, do you not see what the fuck it is you're doing? You're willingly going on to MLC to talk to a therapist.
I'm saying it's not like she was experienced either. Usually that's how it happens. Two inexperienced people just find.
He's clearly just autistic, right? I mean, I don't know what it is. I really don't at this point.
About to have sex, but and my
Ray
mom
pushed
calmed me
him.
down, but
It's a
I'm just saying
psychiatrist.
that,
Says Chris Mack. Beck says some people here are way too young for Dr. Katz. Reference Blade.
Where he would his real girlfriend, he ran from her into the arms of a mother of four, a single mother of four. Seemed like such an odd fucking thing to do,
Well, I
Go
will
ahead.
say this though, like my relationships with women, I don't like pursuing a woman unless she's sexually into me. Like she's essentially. Otherwise, I feel like I don't want to feel like I'm tricking a woman.
Yeah,
into
but then
being
your
intimate with me.
girlfriend,
You get what I'm
the
saying?
gymnast.
I
your
know. Well,
gymnast
that's
was-
me fucking up that. I fucked that up. I admit, I fucked that up.
But the interesting thing about that statement is, to pursue a woman is to engage in activities that most of the time occur outside the bedroom, but to find out whether they're sexually interested in you usually only occurs in those kind of environments like a bedroom. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah, because most women don't want to throw themselves at you unless they're nymphomaniacs or alcoholics, So you're not a lot of times you're not gonna, like you said, you're not gonna find out until the woman's really into it, until you isolate them. Now I sound like a rapist, but until I mean, is that what you're saying, doctor?
Yeah, it's almost like the data that we're looking for doesn't occur until the point in which you'd need to be pursuing them in the first place. I guess a good question would be, do you tend to hook up with people who are very obvious in their sexual attraction to you?
Yeah. People say, "What are you attracted to?" A woman that's attracted to me. Like that was, the fact that she's into me. Like I don't want,
But that's also fear of rejection, right?
That could be. I don't know. He's the doctor. Why are you asking me? Oh, you were asking him.
Would you say that relative to your peers or your kind of your friends, are you someone who's looking for relationships very often, or is this something that you can kind of go without? It's not a big deal for you.
He's gone fucking 2 years.
No, I was kind of looking. Yeah, right now I'm looking for a relationship. Yeah.
You would have fooled me, Ray.
Yeah.
Today.
I would be
Today,
open to
just
it.
to impress the therapist. Today I'm looking.
No,
Yeah.
I am, and there's like a
Jesus.
lady or two that I'd consider, and
Well,
so
tomorrow we'll play the dating game with you, Ray. I mean,
Yeah.
if there's a lady or two or three, get 3 contestants in here.
Is that a new thing? Are there times where you just didn't care that you were okay not pursuing any sexual or intimate relationships?
Yeah, there was a time when I wasn't, and it's not like I'm out there like right now, like looking on apps or whatever, but no, there's some women that I talk to that I would consider, and I just wanted, I don't know, to see what's available, like what's out there. 'Cause I haven't had sex.
I mean, imagine
sounds like
that.
you're at a rental car place to see what's available.
Imagine admitting this last statement on camera. Look at Ray, dude. This is the thumbnail for Saturday. We'll be back Saturday. We'll come back, do everything we missed, and then some. But this is the thumbnail right here. You guys are seeing it, so I will crop this out and make it the thumbnail. But listen to that. Just imagine admitting something like this on a podcast.
To see what's available, like what's out there. 'Cause I haven't had sex.
Sounds like you're at a rental car.
I haven't had sex in a while, and I'd like to.
What do you got available?
I'm sure you would, Ray.
Mid-size, it's got good gas mileage. It definitely wants to have sex with you. How about?
I mean, this is a joke. This is a fucking joke.
Kind of back and forth.
Ooh,
how would you?
Adam, where's the sound effect? Ooh.
I mean, I get this wasn't supposed to be a serious therapist session, but I mean, for Ray, I'm saying, dude,
Shed some light in terms of kind of your. I know we've heard a lot about kind of being able to watch that and hearing from other people, but what were your expectations, or how did you feel going through that up and down of that relationship?
Oh, she's just a friend of mine. It's never gonna be more than just a friend of mine. Like she was a woman that I would consider like being my, but she's not interested in that, and I respect that, so it's fine.
Was he talking about Airy Jane?
Could it be one of those things that we really didn't know whether or not she was?
I think we got to put a pin in this.
To know way ahead of time.
I think we got to put a pin in this. Just watch it on your own time. MLC, they have Ray on and the therapist right now. I think we're gonna get split in here because I want to watch the rest of this, but I'm not just gonna watch it on my show, and you know what I mean. We'll be back on Saturday, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. Have a safe rest of your week. Let's read a couple more chats before we get out of here. KB spitting. Mel says, I'm joining Hinge to find Kevin Brennan. Honk Clown says, this shrink sucks. Come to Honk for all your mental hangups. Hate your mom. Call Honk. Brother beats you up frequently. Call Honk. Wife cheating with the newspaper bot. Meaning boy. Call Honk. Jeff says, good show, Blade. Thank you. Thank you, Bond Levy. Thank you for everyone who stuck around. I know we're usually up against a lot of people. It's on. I have to find a better time. I think I have to just do an hour earlier. We're going to end the poll with Chad Zumach. When do you guys think Chad Zumach will drink next? And the poll, because it's not showing up here, has finished with how soon will Chad be back boozing? More than a week or less than a week? 85% say less. 14% say more. We'll be back on Saturday. We'll do everything we missed. Make sure you guys have a safe weekend out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Buddy Rydell says, another hit show, Blade. Thank you, buddy. Honk the Clown, thank you. K McDuck, thank you as always. Here, let's give a shout out one more time to everybody who supported today's show. Brock Lee coming in, Jeff Closer coming in, Mika Mills coming in, Dr. Chow, the Mega G coming in, Toucan Sam, Chris, and of course, K McDuck, all supporting the show today. We appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back on Saturday early, probably. It's crazy because we started today at like 12. So I guess we did 4 hours today. It didn't even feel like 4 hours. Felt very rushed on today's show. So if we stick with Wednesdays, we're probably just going to have to do an earlier show, like 10 a.m., 10 to like 3. Just do like 6 hours. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Have a safe rest of your week out there. Today has been a fun show, of course.
This has been a very fun show.
Very fun show. Very fun week.
Let's get Tom Chillstrom one more time to take us out like he usually does. Tom, Big Red. By the way, K-Cuck will be on tonight. Oh, and by the way, before we get Big Red, if Soft Weekly's still here, Soft Weekly, I think tonight is the night he's going to be interviewing Brian from Total BS, somebody we haven't heard from in about 3 months. So that'll be interesting. If you guys aren't doing anything tonight, go watch that. I know I sure will. But Tom Chillstrom has a message. Big Red, take it away. Oh, wait. You guys fucking... I'm an idiot. Tom!
No, hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. Pretty solid effort all around, I would say. Mostly from Corey and I. Luke had some good points. But all in all, a good show. Thanks for everybody for being here. Let's call it a night.
Yes, call it a night and a day. Stay safe out there, guys. Thank you again. You guys are the best. Seriously. We'll be watching all this shit we didn't watch on Saturday. We'll see you then. Goodbye. Soft better not disappoint us tonight. I'll be very upset. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. We'll be back Saturday morning. Until next time, have a safe weekend. Be safe out there, guys. It was a pleasure. We'll be back on Saturday. See you then. Softcast. No pressure tonight, but you better not disappoint. Bye.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.